return after many years away. It's been 15 years. Oh, it's so much. I hate this setup so much. It's just slanting this way all the time, isn't it? It's just like slowly.
Just call it a Dutch angle.
It's artistic. That's one way for it. Shite is another. Right, we're back from our couple-week hiatus as life got in the way, as it tends to do.
Fuck you, life.
Indeed. And where last we left off, the players had been investigating a series of incidents within the town of Belholt, a port city that specialises in blacksmithery, forgery, that sort of thing. And there were a few large factories within the town, and they'd ran into Falcon's eldest sister at the dockmaster's house, and she had forcefully volunteered them to go and sort out this problem, and if they do sort it, then they are allowed to have passage on her ship, essentially, to return home to Falcon's hometown island. And the party thought that they got the problem dealt with after discovering a giant grey ooze that had been eating metals and vanishing off, which actually vanishing very rapidly as it seemed to be able to turn itself invisible. Not a common trait of slimes and oozes, but nevertheless this one seemed to be something a bit different. And after exploding the ooze and attracting a bit of attention, the party decided to go and investigate one of the other factories in the town, and
we're being thorough.
Yeah, being thorough by breaking into this other factory to double check. Unfortunately, not realizing that the place had been locked by an arcane lock, and in breaking that alerted the wizard who owned the factory and had cast the spell, who brought the guards. There was not so much an altercation. Miggle went on the run again, abandoned the party, as he tends to do when police turn up, and spent the rest of the night stressing, that was eventually sorted, but you were on something of a off to a bad start with the wizard Victor, who owned the factory. In talking with the guards, you arranged to work with them to do another night's patrol, and wanted to stake out Victor's warehouse within his factory. To which he was like, "No, fuck you. I don't like you. You broke into my factory. I'm not allowing you back in here again." And the party took offence to that. Exactly. The party decided that because they broke in there and he didn't want them back in, clearly he was hiding something, so they investigated him. Did a scope out outside the factory, all seemed quiet. Sent Speckles after Victor, who seemed to notice that he was being followed, and as he rounded a corner, vanished, seemingly. And Speckles lost the trail. Then that morning, after staking out all night, two of the party decided that the apt course of action would be to break into his house and investigate there, while the rest of the party sort of semi-loitered outside.
Actually, I fucked off.
Oh yeah, Falchion and Bar went elsewhere. very elsewhere.
We decided it was a bad idea. And
Yeah, you
wanted not
decided
to do
from the
with it.
get-go that it was a bad idea. It turned out that was correct. As the rogue and the barbarian went breaking and entering, and Miggle sort of kept watch outside.
I loitered.
Miggle loitered, always the one to watch crime happen and never actually take the fall for any wrongdoings.
Excuse me. I'm just sensible.
Wind them up and watch them go.
Yeah. Miggle always encourages crime and then lets everyone else take the blame for it.
Who here has a criminal record? Me.
I think half the party does at this point.
In this town, at least.
I'm pretty sure Lale does in other towns.
Just Fatima correct.
You'll never know. You're not one of the guards here.
It doesn't matter, Daddy.
Heading inside, you scoped out like a what was it, like a lounge area, and Mira immediately helped herself to some of his drinks and some of his books. Went to investigate one of the writing bureaus on the other side of the table, only to be greeted by screams as the kitchens, or like the housemaid that had been cooking and preparing breakfast, noticed the big four-armed monster lady, who then used silent image to make her face. Hi, Fims, kisses. As my friend Fims.
Hello, Fims.
Hello.
Which actually Fims means fart in their language.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah,
What
fart
language is
meister.
that?
I can't remember. I think it's like Danish,
Okay.
but I'm probably
I'm sure
Wrong.
friends could tell us.
Yeah.
Fims is a Danish. I forget. I'm bad at remembering. It is Danish. I was correct. I'm not bad at remembering. Haha! I'm cracked. And so the wizard who was in the house came running down the stairs after hearing his housemaid screaming, "Monster, monster, monster," and then running out the house. So immediately saw through the weird kind of wanted poster paper mache silent image that Mira had plastered on herself.
Like the moon from the Mighty Boosh.
Yeah. To be fair, you'd only disguised your face and none of the rest of you,
Yeah.
which was, fairly hard to lose in a crowd with your forearms. Giant tiefling
The
forearms.
fact that you tried to be like, oh, I'm sorry, Victor, we were just coming to see you and tell you about the... But while you were holding his beer...
While holding his possessions after
you were stealing.
after he dispelled the disguise from your face. It's like, yes, just the rest I wanted to see. He was like, I see, polymorph. So we got turned into a turtle and taken to the guardhouse, along with Miggle, who had been like scoped out outside as what was it, Jimothy, like Pumpernickel or something.
Tumbernickel.
Yeah, close enough. Jimothy Tumbernickel.
What was the lady's name?
It
maid.
was. I have it written down somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, like it's-
Hello, Jerome.
No, Heth was a sister.
Oh, right.
That's it.
We remember the sister.
Yeah.
Oh, I supposedly met her in the pub or something like that.
Yeah. She didn't really believe you on that.
Like, really? She's been dead for 2 years.
That's so weird.
Get down.
What was the sister's name?
Ethel.
Ethel. What was it?
I think like her name was like Agnes or something.
Probably, yeah.
Standard old lady name.
Doris.
And no, it can't be Doris. So I look after Doris's husband.
Doris is my Animal Crossing character's name.
Nice.
Nice.
Miggle had intercepted. Let's go with Agnes for now because I can't be bothered looking it up. Had intercepted Agnes and
Tried to comfort her.
it tried to comfort her, and she was like, "Oh, there was an awful monster." And Miggle escorted her to the guardhouse and arrived there shortly before a very irritated Victor with a very equally irritated turtle in tow. Trying to like
Nip at him.
at him. Mira was subsequently incarcerated as Victor was more than sick of the shit that this party had been pulling in his direction.
No, dear. What?
I have no idea why he'd be sick of this party shit, but nevertheless, he was.
You managed to run off onto a rooftop or something.
You
Didn't you blink out the,
misty-stepped outside.
that's
Yeah.
it.
You were like,
After I told me.
you were like, run,
It's like-
Mira. Misty stepped outside and then teleported away using your God-given weapon ability.
The poor barbarian just like, well.
Yeah. Time to charisma. Cracks knuckles. Fails miserably.
We've not played much recently. The past 2 games have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That's fair, yeah.
And the next morning, the guard spoke with, "Hey, Jahari, we're just doing a recap because it's been a while since we played. It's been like 3 weeks now. We missed 2 sessions, so that's pretty much 3 weeks, isn't it? And so, and so after the next morning, Falchion comes back to the guardhouse to check on Mira's status, and the guard who was in charge was like, well, he's not very happy, so he said that either you can stay for your full sentence or you can pay a fine of 500 gold pieces.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. So Falchion was like, we'll leave her there for now, she's alright.
Even Mira was like, we'll leave it here for now.
And that's pretty much,
You say,
Wait,
we know
come
where
on,
you are.
push.
Yeah.
yeah, and you'd also found out, I believe, that there had been another incident. So whatever, so if it was the slime, it seems like either there's more than one or there's something more afoot.
Oh my god.
I wonder which one first.
Both.
There's more bigger something.
It's another grey ooze, but this time it's got feet.
Oh my god.
It's evolving.
It's got the human template.
So that's where we left off. So what's the party up to aside from Mira, who's in jail?
Having fun.
Wasn't
Yeah,
there,
who's
wasn't
doing
there,
like pull-ups and like flexing
With Iron Man.
flexing for those ladies who were flirting with
Oh,
Alston.
Julie and Trudy.
Yeah.
Well, I've
Wasn't-
taken.
wasn't there a plan of Miggle going
I've
to
already started that.
drop
Oh yeah,
I
Miggle
took a
had
commiseration cake off to
having
Adonis?
cake.
he went around and he picked up like a basket of fruits and things.
That's
and
it.
he in Jimothy disguise, he went off to visit.
Showing my concern for.
Yeah, he went off to
Agnes.
visit Agnes.
But
Yeah, she
little do
knocked on the
they
door.
know.
She answered, and he was like, "I just wanted to see how you were. You know, here's something."
Here's
So
some
it's like,
hamper
it's like, "Oh, thanks. I'm feeling much better
all
than
about
once
the
in
guilt.
jail."
Had an long rest
Yes, you have.
and I'm pitching,
But
watching.
inside the hamper.
There's a hammer in the cake.
So
There's
what?
a cake now.
And
There's
There's
a
a
toolbox
brandy.
inside that cake. There's a brandy part inside that.
So had Bram surreptitiously
No,
she'd not
no,
done
we
like
because we were
Crawled
gonna
out the
say,
basket off.
no, we were going to say that because Tara couldn't make the next session, that was going to be retcon, that Tara was not inside the fruit
Oh,
basket.
okay.
Fair enough.
That
But
was
Jim
something.
is.
I was
Yeah.
going to say that we.
Jim
Yeah,
can
Jim
be
is,
if
yeah.
you want Jim to be.
Go ahead, Jim.
But Jim is also just like a mundane rat.
Yeah,
Right,
she
Jim.
is a simple
Because
rat.
let's face
Oh,
it,
he's
Yes.
what says
Category
I
situation.
fancy you than giving someone a fruit basket with a rat in it?
Yeah. Adorable, they can have a little
But to be
bowl,
fair,
have a little
Jimothy's
present.
like fucking 19. He's like some young twink.
Little white cup.
And Doris is like
Twink.
a granny.
Well,
Look, Jim, if you like
maybe,
milk.
maybe he's into gills.
Yeah, who knows?
You know, no king shoe.
So pink shape. We don't kink shame here, we kink shame. Unless it's feet and then you're on your own.
Yeah.
So I've just given her a hamper of goods, and we're
Yeah,
not
pretty
saying
much.
that.
If there is anything else that you want to, like, I don't know, fucking do to the basket, then go ahead. Like,
I thought
Have
we
we got-
were role
Have we
playing
got
for
anything like,
Tara,
I don't know, like
Go ahead with it.
some kind of
I'm not just gonna like
magical
sit
thing
here.
that
We
can
haven't
listen
played for
in?
3. We haven't played for 3 weeks. I'm not gonna
Or
sit here and
I don't know.
narrate.
no,
No,
don't have anything like that.
Essentially, an
No.
NPC
Well,
does.
we need something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You're just saying, like, is there some kind of magical item
I mean,
you could
can
have
you-
put in there, like a
Can you
listening device?
Can you
and-
put sparkle in there, turn him invisible, and not listen for him? Says the person in jail.
No. No.
Spark.
Sparkle?
Speckles.
Speckles.
That's the one.
Oh.
Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
M&Ms.
can you turn invisible?
Tasting that
Speckles?
rainbow.
Yeah, speckles can.
Yeah, do you want to try that then?
How can we get a cat satisfied in a basket full of
I mean, when it
Can
fits,
he
it
change
sits.
So-
his size?
So let me get this straight. The entire plan was to gift someone fruit.
Well, with Bramley as a spider inside it.
No, Bramley's not a spider anymore.
Yeah,
You've
but
basically
Yeah,
just
but
given away
that's-
fruit.
have, because
Yeah, well, no. To be fair,
should we
the
just
other,
retcon it and say we didn't do that then?
if you want to, but I also know that the original plan was that
We killed him.
you were gonna try and like schmooze your way inside. I remember that was something that you mentioned while discussing that.
Oh, you're actually saying, here's fruit, let's go and have a cup of tea in the lounge kind of thing?
That wasn't
Let's
what
have
I
a drink. Yeah.
That was
Go
something
ahead,
that
big
was
legs.
that
Wink,
was
wink.
suggested,
Go ahead, like him.
but
I was intending to do it just Bramley go inside, but that's obviously not happening.
Bramley's not on the
But
table.
we've already role played the scene of me just giving her it, so we're just saying okay.
yeah,
Here's
but
a
we're
fruit basket.
retconning, so if you want to,
We're retconning.
but if you don't want to,
I mean, if
Then that's
you're
fine.
happy for us to say that, I'll be like, do you mind if I come in for a cup of tea?
if you want to just move on, that's also fine.
I think there's a chance that she'll be like, oh, this isn't my house, I just work here, and be like,
It's up to you, whatever you think Miggle would do.
WFT.
what do you reckon?
WWJD, what would Jimothy do?
Do you ever feel like, can I come in and, you know,
That was so wet.
Well, tie that bone, get to know you.
are we happy to re-role play the scene
What's
of
happening
taking the
with,
fruit basket?
Bar?
See
If
if
you want
she's
to.
happy to come in.
He might be
If
taking
you
the
want
sample
to,
of this.
Yeah.
whatever.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, well,
is
we'll
it
do the
worth
scene again then,
setting
and
up
we'll.
some kind of
If that's what
communication?
you want to do, then yeah.
Yeah, but
If
if
you
you're,
also-
if you're happy for me to
You
do
want
that,
us to-
right?
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
but I'm saying if you just want to skip
No, I mean,
past
just
it
send
and
the
say,
text and
oh
say,
well,
let us know
we'll
when
just
you're
back.
do
Oh, yeah.
that.
And
I
That's
then
don't
also
think
also
I'll
fine.
find
so
anything of
you
any
can jump in.
interest in the house because she's not exactly going to let me go and snoop around everywhere in the house. Is she? If anything, we'll be going to the
It's-
serving quarters.
Yeah,
or a
so
chat
I'm
or
not going to force you to have that interaction again and try and get in. I just remember that was something that was originally commented that could happen. So I was mentioning it again. If you don't want to do it and you don't think that you're going to get much from it, then you don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
okay, won't do it then. We'll,
Okay.
we'll delete that too. Delete.
Director's cut. There you go.
Controls it. Controls it.
Task manager. No. Possibly close that program.
So, Amira's in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's still things being
get it.
disrupted.
You already are. Get more chips.
Jack, yeah.
What are we thinking about?
Taking a level of protection.
How are we gonna either find whatever's doing this thing or put
She
a
could
stop
have
to it?
it.
What do
wisdom.
we know about the most recent attack that happened while we were doing other things? Did you,
One
did
of
you
the-
go and speak to the
You
harbour
need to
master?
get 8
Well, I
wisdom
spoke to the
be
harbour
able
master. He
take
said
a
there's
level.
still warehouses being.
There's like a minimum
That's
requirement.
on the
Did
end.
you
Thirty
provide any details about where?
classes.
Or?
Just one of the other warehouses.
Filthy.
We could just go and investigate that then and see what's the aftermath of it. Ask questions. Clearly we didn't kill it, or there's more than one of it.
What's happening then?
That's a very good question.
I can't tell you what you do.
We are
And the fuck-ups.
stumped. I
What?
don't know
I'm
what
off
to do at this point.
So,
Are you still up on that rooftop?
You're pretending to play Assassin's Creed, aren't you?
So yeah, which rooftop are you at the moment?
Am I still in the
What,
jail
where-
talking to Maida or have
sorry.
I left?
Yeah, there's
Am I
of
still
his
with you in
house.
the-
Yeah.
His house.
So,
Right,
so
yeah.
my plan.
There is plenty
I went to
of
the hard master.
rooftops
didn't I?
nearby,
I spoke to the hard master.
where you have a decent view of Victor's house.
What one of those?
Easy enough to do. Just for funsies, roll stealth for me.
Your new shiny armor. Sorry, your new dull armor. Kind of light reflecting on.
That's how she got caught in Victor's factory.
Thankfully, I've got a front. 25.
20.
Hi,
Okay,
John.
nice. That's not
Pizza.
bad.
Pizza on that one.
Ew.
Oh, it was a set.
Ah, close.
What's the one? Whew. Although the one is right next to the set.
So it could have been.
No, what it probably was the red one.
Yeah,
I picked up, I was like,
Oh, it's
it's not one.
Makes a change.
So, yeah, you are pretty sure that you're well hidden on the rooftop nearby. Unless.
It's not a rooftop, it's a mimic.
I'll do a fucking campaign for you, just have the wall be a mimic. Let's see.
Ladder mimic. Can't find
My
Um,
character will be a mimic.
It's a mimic all along.
They're just shapeshift.
Start of camping. You enter a town. Hit a mirror.
Campaign ends.
No, see, I had you all enter a tavern at the start of this campaign, and then I destroyed the village with a dragon, so I can't have you enter a tavern again. I already know I'm going to start camping too, don't worry.
Oh, I have got plans.
I've got worse ones.
I'm sure you do. But mine can be done in one evening.
So
So,
Rob's teeth again.
what is the party up to at this point then?
Right, so I've been to see Maida in prison.
Yes, it's
Left her
pretty
there.
much it's night
I
time
then
at this
I
point.
then went to
Layla's
speak to the
elsewhere.
harbour master.
Yes.
Where am I now, having left the harbour master?
Outside the
outside
harbour.
yeah.
No, I mean, like, have I gone back to the square to meet these
That's
two
up to you.
goofballs, or
What are you doing? Lyle's off on a stealth mission. You'd never find her with your wisdom.
Even at 21.
Yeah, she got a 25, so she's gone. I'll just forget she exists briefly.
I think it's not 20, I got a 19.
So there's a yeah.
We're like, here.
Not a clue.
So we've got Bar and Bramley are back at the tavern. Does anyone remember the name of the tavern?
Men's a drum.
The Broken Drum can't be beat. Yeah, so they're back at the tavern. Miggle is returning from his. I don't know. I'll just say that he went. I guess, suppose if you didn't go out to get some fruit and stuff, then you'd also be at the tavern. Lael's currently out. Vera's currently incarcerated, and Falchion is returning back to the tavern. Unless you have something else that you want to do while you're out.
I don't think we need any supplies. There's nothing I really need to.
And it's late at night. Most
Yeah, I was
shops
going
are
to
shut.
say most of the places sure. I'll just head back to the
Reconvene, make a plan.
yeah
Go from there.
reconvene.
Yeah.
Hopefully Bard will be online in a minute as well.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said 10 minutes, so.
He's Gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been in Twitch chat already, so
Sean!
yeah. He's his going, oh yeah, Turtle Mira.
That's how he said.
That's what he said. Which I thought was very funny. But yeah, so Bar's probably in the downstairs of the tavern having a drink.
One thing of me is misfortune.
Random question: does anyone have a USB-C charger?
I don't, but I would not mind because my
Had I
battery is
bought my
short.
work bag, I would. But I left my work bag at work.
So,
Rather than the bar sort of thing.
yeah.
Make me know where to.
Yeah.
No.
If there's nothing else for anyone else in the
Any
in the
look
tavern,
at the house? With
You
your,
didn't go.
with your fruit plant? You're back at the tavern, aren't you?
It's your lady
Mhm.
friend.
Oh,
he never left because
No.
he decided not to do the fruit plant.
So, where do we stand in then? Mira's in
Get
prison.
it up.
Do you have any idea what's going on or what to do next? Because I am drawn up.
same.
Are you still on the roof, by the way? Are you still
Yeah,
elsewhere?
that's gone.
So,
I don't think he's got anything to do with it. As much, I just think he's an arsehole who doesn't want to cooperate with us. But that doesn't necessarily make him behind the crimes.
okay, well, if we take him out the equation, that still leaves the fact that
Yeah.
these
attacks
attacks
keep happening.
are going on.
But we've already fought the thing once, and we thought we killed it. So either it's coming back and we didn't actually kill it, or there's more than one.
Thing is, how do we track it? How do we find it?
We never know where it's going to strike. There's lots of factories.
Mm-hmm.
It's already attacked several. To be honest with you, with how shit this place has been, no offence, and just not your world, but this city's just been complete bullshit from the start. I'm tempted to just say, fuck it, let's leave. We can't find a solution to this.
But you can't leave until this situation's dealt with. Because you can't get the
Carts. It'll take longer, but
It'll take longer.
Heading, solving this and gaining passage on Morningstar's ship, the Silver Serpent, would be the quickest way to get to Rosemary.
Of course, yeah, of course.
But
But
there are many other ways
I
to
wouldn't
do
be
it.
surprised if she just leaves us here because we're not worth the trouble.
the thing is, we're not the cause of the trouble. I don't think she.
Well,
I don't.
no.
No. The thing is,
We're
the,
not, but
the
we
trouble
have
was here
caused
when we
other
arrived.
trouble. Yeah.
You're the cause of your own trouble.
Yeah, we've caused other trouble
No,
since we.
the trouble was
But
here when we
not
arrived.
for
this
her.
trouble.
The best can.
If we hadn't have shown up, she still would have been in the same situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Out.
And as would the town. So, you know,
Hat.
we've done nothing to
What would
create
stop
this
think
problem.
about Jeffy's fault off, didn't
Not favourably.
We
That's
can't,
the
we
other
can't,
thing,
we
is
can't
that-
leave. We can't leave. Hang on, you're on the roof.
That's why I deliberately
That's
said
I'm
out
talking.
of
why
I'm
Matt's
talking with Megan.
out character
Do
with me.
walkie-talkies exist in this world?
Um,
in a matter of speaking.
yeah, there are magical means of doing such a thing.
If we all sit in one factory and cover the widest area possible and use walkie-talkies to communicate, it's like Factory 1, no sighting. Factory
that's
2.
That's a terrible idea.
Because if something does happen and we're
Let's
all
three
around-
ways.
Let's say
Split the
something
pot.
happens in
Yeah,
whatever
if we're all-
factory you're
yeah,
in,
yeah,
which
and
is
it's-
3 miles away.
Yeah, but everyone's going to try and get there.
By the time I get there, you'll be dead.
I get that, but can we really be arsed and sitting in each factory every night? Nothing's happened here tonight, next night, nothing's happened here tonight, next night. How long is that going to fucking take to scope out each factory now? And not only is it going to take ages, it's going to be dull. It's probably not going to attack where we are that night.
And this is what I'm saying. It goes back to the same issue of how do we track this thing? How do we find out what's going on?
Well, we didn't find any clues last time we faced it to suggest what its
Okay.
operation was, do we?
Operation.
Just turn invisible, what its plans were, what its...
Do you want
Wants
to
to
roll
scoff
an
the
Arcana
metal?
check, either of you?
I'll
Or
roll.
both of you, if you want to.
I'm guessing 7 isn't great.
No.
Yeah. I'm aware of Arcana.
Yeah.
Would you like me to
Hi.
roll one as well?
Magic is a thing.
Yeah, I did say both of you.
Yeah.
So,
I've-
if you want to, you can.
I've heard of Arcana. Oh yeah.
I've definitely heard of many Arcanas.
Which makes sense considering you're an arcane caster.
That's a fucking 21, mate.
Nice. So, Miggle, as you're discussing this and discussing slimes and oozes as a whole, You would know from like tales and stories and like little bits of information that you pick up as you travel. You would know that apparently oozes originated as as an arcane creation from wizards who were dabbling in things they probably shouldn't have, and then went on to recreate from there. And many oozes are extremely unintelligent. They are basic level creatures that don't have any sort of they don't necessarily have any real brain function. If there is something behind it, it has a plan that is controlling it. But if it's just an ooze on its own, all it does is sort of devour the thing that it likes to devour and continue on its way.
So one of your wisdom spells might work on it.
Having encountered a few oozes yourselves in the caves and such in the Underdark, you would also know that the ability to turn itself invisible is not a thing that they typically possess. That is extremely out of the ordinary. They are very stealthy when they are like still in position. They can look like rocks or moss or blend in with their surroundings. But straight up being able to turn invisible, as you saw the giant thing appear as it attacked Lael, you would know that spell was invisibility. Having that spell yourself, you know how it works.
So what you're saying is that somebody's likely created
There's some
this, and they may be the person who's also turning
that is
invisible.
potentially a conclusion Meagle could draw from this information, from that 21 roll that you had.
I
So
would
wait,
relay
wait.
this to Falchion in our discussion.
So hang on a minute. You're saying someone's obviously created this thing. They don't occur naturally.
Yeah. So I think there's a
And-
good chance it could be someone trying to put other factories out of business for their own financial gain.
Well, that just brings us back to
Good old
the guy we've been following.
Good old Vicky.
True.
You know, the only arcane caster.
But
Not the
I
only.
think the likelihood
Warming
of trying to get the city god on our side with this now after everything's happened is very, very unlikely.
The thing is, I spoke to the guard today when I went to see Maida, and they're just as stumped as we are when it comes to actually tracking this thing down. They're looking for leads just like we are. So if we can take this information to them,
Slide through and one
and
gap.
maybe they'll listen, maybe they'll
Maybe
they'll change
ask
the
for a sit down
direction.
with them and explain and persuade, which I'm good at.
You know what?
Yeah,
It
should
might
we
be
try
worth
it?
it. Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, alright.
It's our best lead.
Yeah,
Okay.
but given everything that's happened, I wouldn't be surprised if it were like, you've caused enough trouble with this fella, leave him alone.
Well, we won't mention him. We'll just say what we think, knowing what you know about slimes. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll head
So-
to the guard, the city guard.
We'll head out.
Right now, or
What time is it?
it's late at night.
How late?
Bedtime.
It's late at night.
To be honest
It's
with you,
dark.
have we had a rest today or
No.
would we be exhausted?
What?
Okay.
You are
No.
all still currently exhausted, by the way.
Oh yes.
Okay, well,
Alright.
Lael isn't.
Let's grab a bite to eat. Head to bed.
Mira's probably
First
asleep,
thing in the
so I'm
morning.
like,
First thing in the
I've still
morning.
got exhaust at level 1.
nice.
So-
Okay.
Alright.
So you all have a long rest. You recover your point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So none of you are now exhausted.
Exhausted levels.
And morning breaks. You have your breakfast. Bramley's looking a bit subdued, you know, as she has been recently. But yeah, seems a bit quieter than her usual fiery self.
Murder yourself.
Fire and manslaughter.
She
Bramley's
she
calling
looks like
cards.
she looks like Stabby.
It does make a difference.
Bram,
So
we're
young Bram.
heading out. You coming with?
Okay. Roll perception for me.
she's got her bags packed. Roll perceived bags packed.
It's Dungeons and Dragons, serotonin boy.
Serotonin boy.
Hello, serotonin boy.
21.
21.
Your lead chat.
So as you keep
He thought it was group therapy.
that-
He's in the wrong
that, I mean, now group
D&D
therapy,
is
D&D,
group therapy.
pretty much the same thing,
Yeah.
really. Now,
Work out your issues through
What?
titles.
I thought it was in a fucking strategy.
that too. It's a both.
Something could be two things.
Yeah. So with the 21, you keep an eye out on Victor's homestead. You would see, well, like maybe an hour or so after you set up post, you'd see Agnes heading off and locking up behind her. There's a few lights in the house that flicker on and off before they turn off in general. And then keeping an eye out through the night. It seems to be all quiet, peaceful, nothing really to report back. And then in the morning, you see fairly early bells. You see Agnes on the way back, unlocking and heading in as dawn is breaking.
Question. Have you ever seen Victor and Agnes in the same room at the same time?
Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mira specifically has seen them.
One of them was panicking.
It's Victor in a wig.
I'm the dragon.
Big Scooby-Doo ending.
Also, there's a dragon on my D&D screen. Serotonin Boy asked where that he sees that we're sitting in a dungeon, but where's the dragon? To be fair, it's great. It does feel a bit like a dungeon more than a tavern, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't make dragon diesel. But yeah. Hi. Wait, Victor's left before the.
Okay. Maybe an hour or two after Agnes arrives, Victor heads out for the day.
Should we just kidnap him?
You can if you want to.
I mean,
No,
seems
you
like
can certainly
once
try
again,
anyway. I'm not going to say
maybe
that.
we
Miguel
should
suggesting
just
things
kill
he will
him.
not get involved
Yeah,
in.
Miguel definitely is not going
Maybe
to.
Yeah.
we should just.
He'll
No,
encourage everyone else to
it's
cause a
definitely
felony
not,
and then
not
escape.
suitable for work. Thanks, but no. The only dicks at this joke at this table are dick jokes.
What's happening? What?
Serotonin Boy asked if it's not suitable for work. No, it's very suitable for work. It's
Fucking cunty bollocks.
No, it was probably not suitable for work.
I can't do your way.
Yeah.
That's it.
If you've got headphones, then
Yeah.
I don't have it on the speaker.
Oh man, speaking of not
There's no
suitable
full
for work,
nudity.
one of the ladies that I work with was
is
in was working with one of the other carers, and she said she looked over at his phone while she was driving, and he was fucking watching porn.
Who was this? What?
Who's
I missed the first bit.
You know the lady that I worked with.
Yeah.
She was working with someone else doing like the mail run, and she was with this guy called like Sam or something. I don't fucking remember. Never met him. But she said that she like glanced over at his phone because she could see, like, you know, when someone's watching something, you can see like movement on the screen.
Yeah.
She glanced over and there was just like a big black butt bounce.
Father's got
He
porn on
was
his phone.
watching porn between care calls.
There's a difference between
Me-
scrolling Twitter or Reddit and accidentally coming
On
across
porn.
it,
Yeah.
or genuinely on a porn website, actually intentionally watching
Yeah,
it.
so
if
he
you
was-
just happen
he
to have scrolled past
Yeah, no,
porn,
so he was
that's
just
okay, that's
watching
a bit
porn.
like, okay, straight up watching porn.
Straight up watching porn.
I had a night manager like 10 years ago who, on just shift with me and him together, would watch porn a few metres away from me, and he got sacked for it. And how they
As
found
he
out, there was a 17-year-old work experience girl
Oh,
in the next
no.
morning, and he'd not deleted his history of bustyslags.com. And he got sacked. I got brought in and questioned about it. Have you seen Trevor watching porn on Jim? I'm like, no, thankfully not.
At least I asked that and not have you seen Busty's like,
Have you seen Busty's Slags? Yeah, that was
Becca, is this you?
Is this you watching Busty Slags? Imagine if they've expected me.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been watching Busty Slags in the workplace?
Big wait to use slap. And he wouldn't have got away. It wasn't what meant.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So it's your answer, Serotonin Boy. What headphones?
We left chat 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We're basically talking to ourselves.
He's got to check out BustySlice.com.
He's like, oh, I want to watch
See you back in 5 minutes ago, come back up.
It's not worth getting
Well,
fucked.
There's no way, yeah, no way of getting slapped over.
Anyway. Anyways.
Back to subject.
Back on track.
Oh.
So yeah, morning cup. What are you guys up to? You haven't seen anything untoward. Victor heads off to work.
I'm going to ask why young
So,
Bram
I-
scene's down at the dumps.
Ah, right.
You're alright there, Bram. You haven't hardly touched your Becky.
I've just been thinking about my family a lot recently. You know, it's
I don't blame you after so long apart from them, and then as soon as you find them again, you're off adventuring.
yeah. You know, I want to help you guys, but at the same time, I want to go and spend time with my parents again.
Are you serious, Bram? If that's what you want to do, then you know there's no hard
I've not
feelings.
seen them for years. You know, it's I haven't even heard from. I haven't seen them for longer than I've not heard from them. But it's I've missed them, and
I mean, no hard feelings, Bram, and no pressure if
I
that's what
do
you
want
want
to.
to do.
I do want to help, but I just keep thinking about home with Granny and my parents.
When you could always write them letters more often, or
I know, but it's not the same, is it?
no.
Can we borrow Emma?
Wow.
No, I wouldn't leave Emma behind. I feel like you'd probably try and eat her.
No, that's Jim.
Jim wouldn't eat Emma.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you can't do eat Jim. Yeah, you eat Jim. Oh.
No, I like Emma, Emma's cool.
I mean,
She is.
Sorry, I'm asking for
we'd
that.
certainly miss you, Bram, but if it's what you want to do and it's what you'll make you happy, then
I mean,
Go
I
on.
wouldn't be gone forever, probably.
probably. Would you write to us?
Oh, of course.
If we went back to the Hollowed Spire,
I
afterwards,
was writing
would you
so
come and
many
visit?
letters to the Spire, so many.
Yeah, we could always come and visit the Spire as well.
Well,
when we
I've
get
got
on
to.
it.
I've
when we're
got
next
I've
there.
got my little fish eggs to look after. As well.
You got your
No
menage
promises.
going
Yeah.
back
No
over.
promises that Falchion wouldn't try to eat them, but we'll try.
Oh, I
and stop
trust
him.
you to keep them safe from him.
I do my best. Yes.
I'm not a big fan of fish.
You do like spicy weasels, though.
Spicy weasels. Oh.
Yum yum. Dr. Hoopers.
Dr. Peepus at your service.
So how are you getting home, bro?
I guess I just fly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I keep forgetting you can fly.
Druid. Yeah.
Well, do me a favour.
Mhm.
When you get back home, write to Spire, where the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop us a letter. Make sure
Gives a
you let
text
us know
option.
that you're safe.
Yeah.
I will do.
Let us know how Granny and your mum and dad are doing as
Oh,
well.
of course.
I hope everything's going alright with your family.
Now, before you leave, who's going to take over the handbag of holding?
Bar.
Bar would suit a handbag.
He would. Bring out his eyes.
Well, if Sean ever gets online, we can ask him if he wants a handbag.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
true.
Whoever wants to do it,
That's
wants
the
to
point.
do
Do we actually have
inventory.
the list of what was in the handbag, or has Tara
I
got it?
will ask Tara after the game
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
root it out for us. Because
because
there was some shit in there.
there
for
was
sure.
some nice stuff in that rag.
Obviously, there's going to be a few things Bram
Got
might want to
chocolate.
take herself.
Sean agrees that he would look fabulous with a handbag.
Hey, there we go then.
Hey.
Bar has the handbag now.
There you go.
Oh,
Excellent.
is
You would smash
inventory man,
Oh.
you have taken on
That's
this role.
not back up.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah, Bar is now in possession of the handbag of holding. Although Bramley is very, very, very reluctant to let it go. And she
Yeah.
takes out a few of her things from the
Yeah,
bag.
she obviously.
White.
It's like the really, really good wine that she got.
She's still working her way through that.
She only has little snips of it every now and then. All their wigs and all their wigs, all their fancy dresses. Yeah, probably gets all that like packed up, ready to go.
As we're walking to, I mean, is she packed ready to go, or?
No, she'd probably do that through the course of the day, like you know. If you had any, probably or the morning rather, while you are taking care of whatever business or planning or whatever it is that you're doing.
As we're heading out the door, I turn around and I just go, don't leave before we get back.
I won't. I promise.
See
I
you
promise.
See you in a little bit.
See you in a bit.
Sean just sent me that.
Right, so we head to.
Send memes in the group chat, you shitter.
We head to the guardhouse.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Oh,
happen as the
Leo, are you-
bricks.
Are
Yeah.
you back?
To be fair, he's already got fucking iron
No,
bricks in there, hasn't he?
It's gonna be nothing else.
No.
I know we got a report from the DM. I didn't know if that was
Just
general
iron.
knowledge.
Just ore.
But after Victor, I'll be heading back to the where I am going.
Alright, so you don't know if
If
you
yeah,
met
if
us
I'm
at the
gonna have
tavern
to
and come to
fucking
the
start
guardhouse.
keeping track
Yeah,
of how
that's
much shit he
Well,
puts in
yeah,
there.
yeah, you are.
And then the second he puts something over the weight
You help
limit, he
round
just
back.
detonates to the actual sea with you, bitch.
Definitely got that.
Robin,
That's
so
me.
is Lael, just to clarify, Lael's on his way back, he's not
Yeah,
actually with us.
she'd be on the way back. What time about would you set off? Would you say?
Probably about 9ish.
You go there to find.
Okay.
Okay. You'd probably be getting back just as they were heading off then.
Coming with, or are you going for some rest?
Where we go?
We'll be the bar tower.
We,
Back to sleep.
Yeah, the power.
That's all that help
Miggle
needs.
has an idea that this creature, whatever it
But
is,
all
this ooze,
dangerous, the most dangerous thing
Yeah.
that's happened in this
The-
campaign, sentences starts
I
because
explain
Miggles had an
what
idea.
Miggle knows to Lael.
So where we go?
Well, we haven't really.
Also,
Did
Sean,
you see
give
anything on
Sam
the
some
roof?
pats for me.
Anything?
No, didn't we? Well, not that.
That's a boy.
So what we're thinking is
Play tug of war.
we're going to head back to the guardhouse, check on
He
Mira.
does like good.
But while we're there, we're going to speak to whoever's there in charge and doing the investigation, and just explain our suspicions and what we think, because maybe they could look into it more than we could. Maybe they have leads that we don't.
Maybe we could ask them if there are any compass magic use it
Maybe
besides it.
besides Victor. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all we've got at the moment. We
Oh, yeah,
we
we,
don't know what else to do. So we all head to the guardhouse.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
To the guardhouse.
Make your way to the guardhouse and you are greeted by one of the regular guard members who nods as you all enter and approach like the little help desk that they have there. Good morning.
Morning.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah. First, we just come to check on our friend. She's in one of your cells, Mira.
Yes, I am aware of her. She's doing fairly well. Just had her breakfast this morning. Seems to be in reasonably sour spirits.
Sounds like her.
The Dungeon Master screen. What's to explain about it? It's a big screen that I hide behind so the players can't see. It is wooden. Let me see if I've got the screen command still up.
We got it for Robin for their birthday.
There you go.
This year? Last year?
Last year it was.
Last year.
Hey, screen command. But yes, Yeah, it was a somewhat customised order with my signature catchphrase of evil.
Don't
the
worry
bottom.
about
Don't
it.
worry about it.
Which makes every player woody.
No problem. I'd also really recommend Crit It as a company, both dice and accessories. They're
They're very
a
helpful,
fantastic
yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Um,
They do
They are
nice
really
things.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regularly back them on Kickstarter for things that I shouldn't be spending money on. That's where the tokens were from, was from a Crit It
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's where my lovely dice.
So, chat to the person on the front desk. We explain, what we've been trying to investigate these
20.
attacks over the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Yes, I'm.
Sorry, days now.
Yeah. Yes. The.
Yeah. I'm doing IRL time.
Yeah. Yes. Well, no, it has been going on for I think a little over a week at this point. In game time as well, because it started before you guys were within the town, and you've been here for like what 3-4 days.
Felt that,
Yeah. 3-4 days. Half the party was nearly arrested, and then one of the party was arrested. Oh dear.
Making an impression.
D&D party. That sounds about right for D&D parties, to be fair. New city gets arrested immediately.
Yeah.
Hey. But yes, the did you get it? Damn it. Yes. So, yes, I am aware of the situation that's been going on. I've heard that you were asked to help investigate the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Believe Zundor spoke fairly well of you.
Well, we were thinking, Nigel, sorry, Jimothy, my favourite. He's quite knowledgeable in the arcane arts. I'm sure they can explain it better than I can.
So, from what I know about slimes, which we know is what has been attacking and eating all the metal, they're usually conjured up and created by somebody for a purpose, someone with arcane abilities. And they're not overly intelligent creatures, but once they're given a task, they'll obviously try to do it. And usually the task is set for them by someone who created them. So we believe this isn't just a rogue creature that has strolled into town. We think this has been created for this purpose, whether it be a rival business that needs to be taken down, or for somebody's financial gain to get rid of competitors.
Interesting.
Something, we think there could be someone behind this other than the monster itself who had just been put towards this task. And we've seen people, factory proprietors who've been very cooperative and have allowed us to go in and investigate, and there have been others who have been less obliging and have been refusing to cooperate with us. So we think it would be worth investigating further on certain people of your community.
Certainly. Well, we can certainly have a look into that. And you believe that this is someone of arcane abilities?
Yes, specifically someone of arcane abilities.
Do you happen to know if it's a fairly strong thing, like a fairly intensive magical procedure?
It would require a certain amount of arcane knowledge and power to be able to summon this sort of creature.
See.
And I think
Sounds like the invisibility.
it's also likely that the person who's been summoning this has also acquired the capabilities to make it invisible, so it can only appear and cause this damage on their whim.
That would explain why we've had such trouble tracking the thing down.
Well, when
certainly.
we fought it ourselves earlier this week, we we couldn't see it for a long time. We knew that it was doing damage. We couldn't see it at all until it attacked one of our party members, and suddenly it was visible. I would also suggest looking into potentially anyone with these abilities who would also have a personal motive to cause this much trouble.
Certainly. Well, I will ferry that up the chain of command and see if we can look into something along these lines.
We're of course more than happy to assist in the investigation if you do need us.
Of course, if the captain wants you to help, then certainly.
Do you know, perchance, how many of the factory proprietors in the area actually have magical abilities such as these?
From my knowledge, Victor is the only one of the three main
Oh.
factory owners that has arcane.
Well, that is concerning,
Arcane.
as he has been very uncooperative with our investigations.
Yep. Nothing.
Yes, I believe that was after you broke into his factory and then his house.
This is true, yes. But
It was before the house incident.
But after the factory incident.
Yeah.
we had the best interests of the town at heart when we did this. We were just trying to find the culprit and prevent any further damage. The fact that he knew this and still was very unhappy about us entering his building, to me personally, suggests that he maybe had something to hide in there.
Well, from what I know, he's been more than happy to have the guards in his factory.
Have the guards got experience dealing with these arcane monsters?
We have plenty of experience investigating criminal activity.
Question.
Certainly.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Of course.
If the person involved is happy for you to go investigate, you knew you would know you've got nothing to find because it is he who is involved. So he obviously won't plan anything whilst you investigate his factory. If he was involved.
If he was. I will pass on your concerns about Victor specifically, along with the information that slimes and doozers are created by an
Thank you.
arcane user.
Yes, we appreciate that.
And
As
this
we
one seems
mentioned-
to have abilities beyond what would be considered normal for Islam.
Yes, the fact it
Indeed.
concerns invisible is very concerning.
Just off the top of you, is there anyone else in the city that you know you have a say high of arcane?
None that I know of personally. The only reason I know Victor has arcane abilities because we are involved with the three main factory owners within the town. Given that they are a good portion of the commerce of the city, we are on reasonably good terms with the three factory owners.
One final question.
Certainly.
Has Victor's factory been hit at all during this?
Not to my knowledge.
That sounds just a bit more suspicious.
Sus.
Oh, yes.
Can you think?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm in jail, man.
Are we allowed
Can I-
to go
can I-
and
can I
see
just
Rio
pop in
while
and
we're here?
Can I just pop into the mirror for 2 seconds?
Certainly. You are escorted in by one of the guards.
Morning.
Morning.
How was your night?
Well, so
Eventful.
Oh,
a lot
Hell.
really?
near
In a cell?
to be
I've not had a drink for 20
or arrested.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
Trolls.
yeah, she
Okay.
is down
Um,
for a.
I just
Uh,
absolutely
we
battered
We
it.
are.
Go, go. Literally
Which
battered.
is about 6
Yeah,
months.
the dent in the lorry didn't point.
Repeated
Anything
creeping
new?
and entering.
We've
Apparently.
spoken to the guards. We we've expressed our concerns,
I know she's
Um,
only done it once.
and hopefully
we're breaking into.
we've put them on a different train of
That was
thought when
more
it
of
comes to
a
the investigation.
laughing
Okay.
at
Talking more
comments
about-
than anything.
So you've
Been-
convinced
been
them Victor's the
for,
guy.
We've spoken about what we thought, the slime, and according to Jimothy, slimes aren't natural, they're created, and this one obviously had abilities that normal slimes don't. So the only arcane user, according to the guards,
We've known
is Victor. So
I
we've
saw it as well.
we've
I
kind
did
of
see
steered their
the way-
investigation in his direction.
It's a start.
It's something.
Better than what we have.
Mm-hmm. No. It's better.
What's the plan now?
Well, that's the question, because unless the police are going to go and question Victor,
Which they probably will.
This is the police. Open up.
Let's be honest.
yeah,
Fantasy
Or if they do,
police.
it'll take a while.
this is the problem because all our attempts have failed
Failed.
miserably.
I'm just gonna go and grab another drink if anyone wants it.
Okay.
Could I have Dr. Peepers
We just
down? Cushion.
we thought we'd keep you in the loop.
You're okay.
Is there, is there anything we can
Drink
bring you?
please, anyone?
Wine.
I don't think we can.
Have it.
What? Mike, it's a what?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Just run next door, quick.
Yeah. And no. There's nothing required here.
Right. We spoke to Bram before we came out.
How's she doing?
Not well.
Why? What's wrong?
She's missing her family. She's considering heading home for a little while.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if that's what she wants, then that's fine.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell her to drop by here before she goes.
I will.
I'd like to see her before she leaves.
I'll tell her.
Okay.
All right. I'll speak to you in a bit.
See you soon.
Okay. Righto. You all head off outside,
Mm-hmm.
leave the guardhouse. What's the next plan? Action man.
Just gonna
Brunch.
have fudge on that. Fudge.
It's
Right.
actually quite full out there, but everyone's
Did
so
you,
quiet. Constant.
That's the difference
When
between
you spoke
Pokemon
to-
players and Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Yeah.
That's like that sounds rubbish. Thank you.
Pokemon can't read.
When you spoke to get me a release.
Say again.
When you spoke to get me a release.
Oh, it's
Did
fine
you
with
ask
it,
how long she's to be detained?
Until the fine's paid,
or until Victor does
Or-
basically.
or
Seven,
until,
seven.
or until Victor
Sentence is
drops his
complete.
charges.
Yes, but did you happen to ask how long the sentence was?
Couple of days.
Couple of months.
Mira is down for a
Six.
2-phase sentence, which
6
is
months.
half a year.
Half a year.
Fucking hell.
Oh, 2 phase. I thought you said 2 days.
Yeah, 2
No.
seasons.
2 seasons, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's not
So-
terrible.
Come back after 6 months, I'll drink.
He's just in the corner, hugging your knees.
You'll have gone past cold turkey. You'll have been fossilised.
Squeezing rocks, fucking liquid.
She'll have made another wall.
Yeah.
Well, alright, listen.
She'll have gained that 8 wisdom she needs and gone drunken monk. Learned how to brew her own.
Well, okay. 2 phase. Well, I mean, if we manage to find out that Victor is responsible, then he is gonna. There'll be consequences for him. Does that mean that the charges will be dropped?
I don't know.
Well, neither do I.
What you want to act? I still lost one.
Listen. Mira and I agree. 500 gold is not worth it at the moment.
But that's when you thought 2 days. 6 months.
Let's see. Right, let's see what happens with Victor. If Victor's out the picture, then there's no charges.
You don't know.
Bloody Ethel, she's the one
It's all Eth's
who did.
fault.
Ethel, she's the mastermind behind it all.
Ethel's sick in bed.
Get out. To front.
Fuck haggis. So what's we
There
doing?
is no Ethel.
It's Victor and
It's Victor.
Well, do you want to pay the money?
Well, don't think my 3 silver pieces is going to quite good.
Well, there we go then. Plan B.
Okay, what is plan B?
That's exactly what we're trying to figure out now.
I did offer to personally bust Mira out of prison.
I told you no.
Listen.
Wait, sure, Jack.
We've done
She's
enough.
not busking
We've
him.
done enough in this town. Right? We're not exactly ingratiating ourselves. So, we're not busting anybody out of prison.
I was going to speak for you. Done nothing but help this town since I got it.
Alright.
That is 100% true.
That is actually 100% true.
Yeah, you don't wrong.
Alright. So, guards have been informed.
They have. You've raised your concerns with Victor and informed them of how oozes are made and that sort of thing.
When monkeys loves
Right. While you guys are coming up with
When
a
a
plan,
woman
I'm just gonna
loves
grab
a
some-
dad, it's very much.
a elk drops well. Stop.
So what's the plan? I say for my jail cell.
Yeah.
Well, the plan doesn't involve getting you out.
That's fair. I'll serve my time.
Fortunate to say, not to help you anyway.
I know, yeah. What a fucking tight ass. He's got thousands in that bag. And he's just like,
I agreed with him.
eh. I know, yeah, but
Do you
he's
know
got
how long
fucking
sex is?
thousands.
6 months, like
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
but
yeah.
did you know
Oh no.
No,
that?
Mira wouldn't have a clue.
no.
Mira just
Mira
said,
wouldn't care to ask. She's just fuming on the inside.
yeah.
Have you lost a dice?
No. I've
Alright.
lost the
Oh, no.
Ah,
you
the
will
nut.
now.
I literally just like knocked it and it went flying off and I don't know where it's gone.
What have you lost?
Oh, I think I see it
That's
between
on
the
the-
chairs on the little platform.
That?
Yeah,
That's
looked
got
like a
broken
little
now.
black brown thing.
I
It's
think
fluff.
that's a piece of fluff. I did think that was what it was at first, but
Lost to the void.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
I don't ideally want to lose it because I've lost another pair recently already.
I know, yeah.
If only there was some kind of wire from your ear to the phone.
Oh no, there is a wire around my neck. It's the little covery bit that actually goes into your ear.
Nope.
Where the fuck did it go?
The ear hole schlopper.
Did it go across
Yeah.
that side of the table? Because honestly, I have no idea what direction
Well,
it pinged
we
into.
can.
To be fair, it wouldn't have rolled over here, to be fair. So that's a distance for the
The
Yeah, I
thing
don't
is,
think
I
you
didn't-
could
I
have.
swatted it off because so it could have gone fucking anywhere really. Don't worry about it for now. I'll look later when
Yeah,
this.
we'll get a break. When we get a
We
break.
can, we can clear everything out if you
Oh,
like
I
to.
found it. It's
Hey!
How did it end up over here?
You threw
I
I
grip.
swatted it
You
off in
threw
that
it
direction.
grip.
It bounced.
Fucking hell. The thing is, now once it's fallen off once, it won't stop fucking falling off now.
That's that, yeah.
Make sure you wash it before you go back in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. On this floor. It's not been cleaned since the last
To
time.
be honest with
Got
you,
Angie
usually
to
I
clean
just
it.
use the one anyway.
So, what is the plan, guys?
Come on, guys. I am out of
Let's
this.
have a wet.
We drink for 6 months.
Well, Mira doesn't.
You've got to drink for Mira.
to plan out for the boys.
We'll wait for Mira to come out of prison.
From
They were
home.
like, good news, Mira, we still haven't solved the mystery.
Good news. Get out
We
tomorrow.
waited for you so that we could solve this.
Oh yeah. We wanted your idea, so Right, so break down what we've got. So, guards now know that we suspect Victor, and we've been giving them all the information as to why we suspect him.
Yes.
Victor doesn't trust us, obviously. We've also tailed Victor in the past. He caught wind and then disappeared, casting his ability. A slime is still going. We know they get created. The only Arcanist we know at this point in town, at least in everyone's experience, is Victor. So there's a lot of flags pointing to Victor.
We've informed everyone who needs
to be informed
to be
about.
informed. I've spoken to the Harbourmaster, I've spoken to the guard.
His factory haven't been attacked, but loads of other people's have.
Yeah, so again, flag.
He'd have a motive if he's trying to
Exactly.
foil other
Monopolise the
businesses,
market, yeah.
We need evidence.
You need evidence, so where would be the best point to get that evidence? Probably his house.
But
It's like we've come to this conclusion.
Again!
Can't go wrong twice.
Right, so, two best places for evidence would be either his house or the factory. They were the two best places for it.
what if?
Doubt it being the factory because it's too close to the work source.
We're not going to get anywhere near this
Okay.
factory.
No. So you want
What if I genuinely try to woo Agnes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take her aside.
We've got
Like
fuck-
Agnes,
Listen.
bring her to the tavern. Agnes,
Now
is happy
it's
to meet
not
my
suitable
friends,
for
oh,
work.
except not you.
Oh, if
You're
you're
a
willing to
monster.
wait 6 months, just say, listen, I need a job. Could you get me in your place? And then you go snooping.
But let's bring Agnes. Agnes, would you like to come on a night out with us? You could meet my friends, and then when we got her in the pub, give her a few drinks.
Yeah, Falch can take a
Loosen her up and be like, look, Agnes, we
And
have
you
reason.
just slide the
We
hand
have
up.
reason. I'm not trying to really shag it, right?
You
Agnes,
actually should
listen
drink
to me.
Get us a drink.
We
and
have
she passes
reason.
out
We
before
have
shagging
reason
her.
to suspect that your boss may be involved in
Right,
illicit
this is
criminal
good. This
activities.
is the plan. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd say, look, we were looking out for you. We're looking out for the city. Have you heard about these recent incidents? We have reason to suspect your boss is involved. We're not trying to kidnap you and get you to reveal the secrets, but we're asking for your cooperation.
The person
Do you
in
know
jail.
everything?
What if she's in on it?
Well, then we'll find
I
out.
don't think she'd be in on it. She seems lovely.
Well, let's find out.
What if she's the mastermind?
Oh yeah, controlling everything.
They all seem lovely till they're not.
Let's get,
Yeah.
it's a good plan. Great plan.
Go ahead then.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
Okay, can we
I'll-
retcon the retcon
I'll-
and say I did actually take the hamper to her? Just
Yeah, take a hamper to it tonight. We don't have to go back and forth and back and forth.
I'm heading back
I've
to the
already
tavern.
role played it, so we all know what happened. I gave her a lovely hamper.
So you've got a hamper.
It was
Yeah.
a
That's what the
family-free
kids
hamper.
already say.
Yeah.
Right.
I was laying the groundwork to ask her out on a date tonight and then introduce her to my friends.
Well, you no, because you've made plans since then, so we've gone forward. So it's
So this isn't back in time. This is current day.
yeah, current day.
Current day, you've picked up a hand
You want
handbag.
to go see it.
Yeah.
On the way back from the guardhouse, you head to the house. We'll go back
And
to the tavern.
Lyle knows that Victor went to work this morning because
So,
she was
free
spying
house.
on him. So she knows that, in
Free
theory, Agnes is in the house alone.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we will.
Hell yeah!
Go ahead, Jimothy. Go get that
Jimmy,
guilt.
he's a little toy boy. Looking for the milk. Yeah, okay. I've already role-played the scene where I gave her a hamper. Do you want me to do it again?
I mean, yeah. So what? It's the middle of the day now, rather than like late at night.
Yeah, okay. I'll put her a hamper of fruits and jams.
Little bits.
Little bits. A nice cupcake or whatever. And
Oh,
I'll go and knock on the door.
Hand
Okay.
soaps.
Yeah. So oh, hello. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, Agnes. I just wanted to check in on you after the other day and make sure you were doing okay.
Oh, much better, thank you. It's nice that it's not as fresh. It's not quite as scary.
Yeah.
And
I was awful worried about you. It's not a pleasant thing to have to go to, but of course it's all been dealt with now, and I hope you're not too worried.
Mr. Victor just explained that it was someone trying to break in and steal. So that's
Terrible, isn't it, these days? I bought you this hamper anyway. I thought it would be a nice gesture, just to let you know, if you need anything in future, you know where we are, and thought it'd be
Aw, thank you. That's
can't.
really sweet.
I was awful concerned about you, see, and I just wanted to make sure you're okay, really.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you. You're such a sweet young man.
Oh, thank you. I just wondered if you would mind coming out for a drink with me and my friends tonight. We're just going to hang around one of the local taverns, maybe play some tunes and have a couple of drinks. Just a friendly affair. You're welcome to join us.
Are you sure you won't be coming along? I'm not. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't drink a lot. We'll just play like a
Alright.
bit of music and have some good conversation. If you're interested, you don't have to. No pressure.
I might come along for a drink. You've been very, very friendly. I'll see if I've got time after work
That's
tonight.
great.
So
Yeah, I'd love to introduce
Any-
a couple of friends of mine.
Oh, lovely. Any particular tavern to meet you at, or?
Broken Drum. The Broken Drum.
Oh, I think I know that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good. Yeah, I'll specify time.
Yeah, she'll just come along after work.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that'd be lovely to see you there. I'll probably meet you outside the front just so you don't have to come in on your own.
Okay, lovely. Thank you so much.
No worries
That's
at
really
all.
sweet of you, Timothy.
Oh, no problem at all, man. I'll leave you to your work now, anyway. But yeah, look forward to seeing you later.
I'll see you tonight.
Bye.
Go ahead, Nick.
She must be desperate. He didn't even have to roll for it. Right, so we've got an entire afternoon.
Let's not be threatening. Let's be kind to her. But this is not like a massive investigation. This is just, look, you seem like a nice, decent woman. We're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts for the community.
Not make
We
just
want
get
you.
us
Promise.
later.
So head back to the tavern.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm guessing Bram's back.
Yes. It's about noon when she has all her bits packed.
Gar's got the handbag.
The hand and go with the handbag
Yeah.
ceremony.
Yeah. Now don't lose. She's like to Bart. Now don't lose anything from this because I've got a list and I know what's inside it. And if everything's not in order when I get back, if this thing's a mess, then you're in trouble.
You know what we should do?
And
It'd
it's
be
like-
quite funny.
Huh?
Let's have Bram accidentally forget to take the wine she lied
No.
to us about.
I've already specified that that's gone in here.
No! The liar wine. I wanted to taste it finally.
You never will. Not even her family will get a sniff of that.
The god level wine. Oh.
I am. But yeah. So. Bramley turns around to the group and she's like, I'll go see Mira after this.
I told her you'd be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Mira and say bye after this. But I wanted to say bye to most of you as all in one, so that I didn't cry too much.
Oh.
But it's been lovely travelling with you, and I've had a wonderful time. Even if it was scary, and you got me in more trouble than I wanted you to get me in.
Only because we're trying to keep up with your kill count.
You never will.
We'll miss you lots, Bram. Please don't forget to write to us.
I'll make sure I write you letters all the time.
And you're always welcome to come visit when we get back to the Hollow
Well,
Spire.
of course, that's my house too.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, come visit your house.
And send our love to Granny and your mum and dad as well.
I will.
Jim will miss you.
I'll miss Jim too. And she exchanges a few words of encouragement with Jim and tells him to look after Niggle, which she can do because she is a forest gnome and she can speak with small beasts. She says she takes Lyle's hands and she says, when I get back, Brandit's coming out.
Ding.
And then she turns to Falchion and she says, "Thank you for always looking after me and getting me really nice things."
That's funny.
And
I kneel down, give it a big hug.
Aw.
from her bag, she said she goes like rummaging through like the big pack of shit that she's got strapped to her back at the moment. And she goes rummaging through it. She says, "Now this has been, you know, super useful for me because obviously I'm the most deadly one in the group. But I think that you might get a bit of use out of it because, you know, you need to be up there and look after everyone else while I'm not around to do it."
Give me it.
And she gives you the prismatic scimitar.
Nice.
Oh.
This is only a loaner. I want it back
What?
when I get back.
Say
Otherwise you
again?
can't have it.
I can't hear
Oh, no, you can't have it. Sorry.
No. I'll give it back. Don't worry.
Just make sure you keep everyone safe, or else.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, good. So I will write you down a card for the prismatic scimitar.
So, remind me again,
It is
you
a-
can choose what damage it does.
Yeah, so I have specifically a little thing for it in my little homebrew server. Homebrew fuckery. Let's see. Items, weapons. The prismatic scimitar, a +2 scimitar, a unique scimitar with a crystalline blade that catches the light and scatters it in a rainbow of colours. In addition to slashing damage, this scimitar can change its damage type to fire, cold, lightning, acid, or poison. The damage must be chosen before the attack is rolled. So at the start of your turn, when you choose the attack action, you can choose to change the elemental type. You can change it to an elemental type essentially.
Is that for the fight or per attack?
That is per turn. You can change it. So if you hit it with
Like-
fire and
like-
fire doesn't
like-
seem to be doing too much damage, you could change it to lightning or icing,
poison.
yeah, anything like that. So any of those 5 damage types, or it can just stay straight. It doesn't do any additional. It just can change its damage type, and
Really good.
it is a +2 to hit as well.
Is
To
that,
hit and damage
I was going to say,
Plus
plus
two,
damage.
plus two,
Yeah.
yeah.
is a +2 scimitar, which is only a d6 of damage, but
Plus
given the it's a +2, it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
No. And a scimitar also is a light weapon. So if you are using that, you can use it to make a bonus action attack.
Does that mean I could do 3 attacks?
Yes. You cannot add your modifier to your bonus action attack. Same as like with the hatchets when you flick one. But if you have the scimitar in your hand, you can make a bonus action attack with a light weapon like a scimitar.
Really good.
So there is that in your roster for now. But yeah, like I say, it does. If or when Bramley comes back, she's immediately taking it back, even if it's in the middle of the fight. She's
Yeah.
going to go through that back and take back her scimitar. You could be like fighting someone off with it, and she'd be like,
I'd expect no less.
this is Bramley we're talking about. There's the wall.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The camera's slid enough that we now have wall vision.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Do you want me to fix it?
Yeah, if you can, just like tilt it a little bit
Which am I going?
towards me. Yeah, that'll do. It doesn't need to. It's gonna stay wonky. Just no, it's still in the same position. Yeah.
It's
Because it just keeps sliding back down, doesn't it?
yeah. What's that like?
That's actually fantastic. Yeah.
I'm not touching it.
Never touch it again. Bramley gives you all one last big hug and heads off. A while later, Bramley is led into Mira's cell, or towards Mira's, where the holding cells are, with by one of the guards.
Excuse me.
She's like, "Hi, Mira.
Hey.
How are you doing?"
Coping.
They wouldn't let me bring in any booze for you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
tried. It's okay.
I tried. I did ask.
No, I
I
tried.
asked really nicely as well.
Bastards.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
So you finally going, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and see my family.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with them and like catch up and stuff, and see what like some of my parents' adventures, and then tell them some of mine. Okay.
Good. Well,
If Falchion doesn't get you out of prison soon, then get the guards to write me a letter, and I'll send Granny after.
okay. Deal.
And she'll beat him up like she did before.
Shoot training.
Well,
It's the same thing, really.
if you want something different at home, you always know where your second home is.
I do. And maybe I'll try and catch up with you again
Yeah.
soon on the road.
Well, have fun.
I will.
Enjoy yourself. If that boyfriend of yours gets a little too handy, let me know and I'll kill him.
Don't know what you mean.
Can't hide it. Not
Don't
from me.
know what you mean, Mira. She gives you a big hug and leaves quickly. No. She gives you a hug through the bars.
It was a hug back. Hands on her shoulder.
Blushing
Hands on
furiously.
shoulder. Did you get your spends from Falchion?
No, he wouldn't give me any.
Did you
Didn't
ask?
ask for anything.
Did you ask?
I gave him a really nice sword and he didn't.
And he didn't give you spends?
No, he didn't. He laughed out words at him when he
I
gave it.
will. Make sure Granny has words with him as well.
I will. She'll hunt him down for me.
Give her a hug again.
No.
And then hit her on the shoulder a bit. Go on.
Right.
I'll see you
She
soon.
heads out. And Brambade is off in the wind with her million wigs.
The important bits.
Million wigs and fancy dresses.
It's the only seagull wearing clothes.
Will you ask Sean if he can do the charity weekend day?
That's fine.
He could be able to.
Friday.
I mean, it depends on his work, like, but yeah, he knows.
Ask him,
He knows.
give him
Yeah.
a chance in advance, so we'll
Yeah.
go from them.
It just depends on his work.
Yeah, so it'll be the first Friday and Saturday of November.
He does have November off, early November off, so
Oh,
you know, week,
sweet.
so
Oh, fingers
Hell yeah.
crossed,
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like the 30th of October when my week off starts,
Yeah.
and then it's just a week from
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he's got early November off anyway, so with any luck he'll fall in the same time bracket. So
Right, so
Are we all in agreement that it's going to be cancer research this year?
yeah, we're doing
Yeah.
cancer
Yeah.
research
I'm happy with that.
for Bramley's mum, well Tara's mum, not Bramley's mum. Bramley's mum's fine. And fingers crossed, Tara's mum is on the mend and is getting better. So we shall see.
Do you want to start making the charity page within the next few weeks, maybe?
Yeah, we
yeah,
can
that's a
do.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We usually start like a month or two before, so
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
end of so start of September, we'll have all September, October.
yeah.
Yeah.
People said in
That's
my
fine.
people
Are
said
you okay to make it again this year? or-
Yeah, yeah, I'll make the
Oh,
page.
excellent.
You were
'Cause I
quite
was-
good at the arty bits for it. If you want
Yeah,
to
yeah, I can. Do we want to do the same thing we did last year, where we have like a donation incentive?
yeah,
And,
that'd be nice. Yeah.
Can
People
do,
can-
yeah. For viewers
And
that.
the other thing I was going to ask is, do we want to continue the main campaign, or do we want to have
One off.
like two? We could do like one or two one-offs on the two separate days.
Do you want to
I'll
mix
do-
it up
I'll
and
do
do
one,
one offs? Yeah.
We could try out different systems.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
And like we could have different incentives, because then like we could do the we could spend the week before, instead of having like someone else run a game. Someone else could run a game, but we could have like a meet-up where we go over like the rules for, like, I don't know, a Monster of the Week game if we wanted to do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and like make some characters and stuff.
Yeah.
if we
Yeah, I'm
wanted
happy
to.
with that. Yeah. Changes it up a bit.
Yeah. So obviously it's group consensus.
Yeah.
So if like
What
someone's
would
like,
you say personally?
I mean, I'll go.
Go with the group. Yeah.
yeah, and it's yeah, but we could give that a go. We'll see. And if not, then I'm happy to either run like So like I could I could run a goblin game
Nice.
for one of the days in 5e. I love the goblin games because you're all just goblins and I
Yeah.
send you off on a quest of carnage.
Yeah.
Well,
So, but that's something to be discussed
At a later time.
anyway.
look at that. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
we've got quite a
I
time
don't mind.
to
I don't
discuss
mind
that.
doing a one shot.
Yeah.
Could even do
so-
Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry on with,
Yeah.
with
The groups, yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I'm happy to like DM the 24 hours, but like I'm just offering if we wanted to try different systems or something.
No, I'm fine with that, yeah.
Because I have a few systems that are a bit more more freeform. Oh, Bar's trying not to cry and turns away as the family leaves.
Oh.
But yeah, we can because I have a third setting I've been working on, but it's requires magic and things to be a bit more freeform because
Yeah,
of
okay.
like the magic system in it. But it'd be fun to do, I think, with like Monster of the Week maybe, or
Yeah, we go.
something else that's a bit more. Well, we could do a Blades and Dark game as well, which is just like rogues and more rogues. The RPG. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss that.
Yeah, we will discuss that as and we'll make some posters or something for
Yeah.
it, or like informations to
I'll share
share.
it with work as well because people have mentioned to work that we run charity for D&D. So.
My work might even be interested in it.
Yeah, some people that I talk to have said that, like, or like that I work with have said that they'd happily donate as well. So that'd be nice.
Ready?
So,
I
yeah.
don't need.
So it's about lunchtime at this point. Yeah, it's about lunchtime at this point. Just as Bradley leaves and heads off.
Bird mode activate.
Bird mode.
Burp.
What was I gonna say? Have we? I know we've briefly spoken to the other factory owners.
You've spoken to Diligence and you've spoken to Victor. You've not spoken.
Should
To
we
the
ask them if there's
third
any sort of
factory owner.
really competitive rivalry between them?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
Is
that's
there any
a good
reason
point.
why?
Would they
Victor-
have reason to
Yeah, would
try
that
to
be for
spoil
them?
your business? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be yeah.
Cool.
Well, you're on fairly good standing with Diligence if you want to head back to them.
Yeah, happy with
Go
that.
for it.
Let's go.
Yes.
Me.
Go on.
Can I roll history check?
For what?
Bit of knowledge that no
For
player
history.
has. But I don't know whether me just remembering that is sort.
What is it that you want to figure out if you know?
Well, it's just what we felt to say. Say, if there's anything to gain. And just one thing about Victor's factory that's just triggered something else.
Okay.
The first things to go missing were swords, arms, things that may have been mass produced by Victor in his forge.
Yeah, potentially.
Would that's the role for that, or would,
No, that is something that Lyle could come to a conclusion of, or like have that. Is there a connection here,
so-
thought?
so? Did you get what I just said?
Something about the things
So-
that went missing as swords and
Yeah,
armour and
First
things.
things that were hit were like you refine things like sword,
Armor, shields, whatever. Yeah.
tools, things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
all would be
It was all refined, pre-made, like
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
tools.
out of the factory. Victor's forge factory is like the ones that mass produce sort of armaments, weapons and stuff. So if those were hard to fit, and then there was a greater need then it's be able to sell more because they've gone missing.
That's actually a
Good idea.
really, really good point.
Yeah.
You create the demand and then come up
You
with
supply.
True, yeah.
But that's just Kate.
You know what? That's actually a really, really good point. Could be motive. Okay. Do we know what the other factories produce?
You do know that Diligence's factory specifically produces parts for machinery, things like that. Most specialist parts, things that are more frequently shipped overseas or custom orders for artificer workshops are put in, things like that.
Okay. Like cogs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Gears.
that's more what Diligence's factory kind of gears towards.
A bit like the stuff we saw in the mountain town. There was like the mining town buried in the side of the mountain. That kind of stuff.
So like the things that would be used would be for heavy cranks and things like that.
Yeah.
That would take things out of
Heavy industry kind of stuff. Yeah.
like out of mines that would have like the mine shafts and things like that.
Okay.
Are you just laughing at the word shaft?
No.
Right.
Shaft.
No, he's laughing at the way crank.
Pot.
Okay.
There's a few heavy cranks at my work.
Hey.
I don't even know.
It's just something. Fortune doesn't require any parties.
Anyways. So yeah, but you don't know much about the third factory.
I mean, we can just go and speak to
Yeah. Let's go.
See what.
Go to the third factory. See what they're all about.
Yeah, okay.
Even if we just chat to the staff or the owner or something like that.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Heading down, it's the southernmost factory along the docks, the coast of the town. As I say, Victor's more like the middle one, and Diligence's is the northernmost. You head back and head down to this factory. You see, it's much the same as the others. There's a large courtyard area that has people working out front. You can see that at the moment there's actually a bit of a pause on the work as a large cart of what looks like raw ores is being brought in, and people are unloading crates of ore from this cart and carrying it in on like smaller gainers, I guess, into the factory itself, and you can see there's just steam billowing from the chimneys as the factory is in full swing, being the middle of the day. The gates are currently closed, but you know it's easily visible into the courtyard itself. This courtyard actually is probably a bit smaller than the others. There doesn't seem to be too much in the way of like
from what we can see,
what you'd seen in the other ones. There was like forges and smaller workstations outside. There doesn't seem to be very many of them outside here.
Okay. Just from what we can see in the kind of courtyard, can we kind of tell what they're making, or
roll perception for me.
18.
Potentially, it's a bit of something in your draconic heritage
Hanging around all those blacksmith forges the last couple of months.
Well, not specifically just that, but probably some of your dragon instincts kicking in a bit. You see that what is mostly being unloaded at the moment looks to be gold and silver crates of ore. So something intentionally valuable. That's just kind of like, is that gold? That is gold. Kind of dragon falchion moment.
Yeah. My earphones kind of tingle a little bit. Alright. Is there anyone else we can talk to here?
There's workers if you want to try and get someone's attention.
Excuse me. Hello.
So over comes looks to be a human woman, maybe 30-ish. But she's wearing like a heavy gloves that like have a like kind of chain built into them, like for heavy blacksmithing gloves. On her head is kind of like pushed up as like a heat guard.
Like a welder's mask.
Yeah, almost like that. And she's like kind of the bare skin. You see, she's got like a bit of bare skin on her arms, but she's got like a thick tunic on, as well as like again heavy pants and boots. But like the gloves kind of go up to the elbow. But she's got like bare from shoulder to elbow, and you see she's covered in like little bits of scars from like bubbling metal that's just kind of like spat out and caught the skin. And you see she's probably been at this for long. You also see she's ripped as fuck.
You will be swinging a hammer all day.
She comes over. Can I help?
Hi there. My name's Falchion Draciel. I'm been here close to a week. We're helping the guards with the attacks on the factories.
Oh, yeah. There was one of the fucking things attacked over here not too long ago, didn't it?
We were just kind of
real pain in the arse.
Have you seen anything yourself, or
no? Came into work and shit was missing.
What is it you make here?
We make gold bars, like the gold bars, silver. We mint coin, thing like that. Have you seen? I don't know if you'd have seen them yourself, but we make bars as well, like the rods for trading, things like that.
We have seen them actually, yeah.
It's not too common outside of people who actually use them, but they're around. We make things like that. This is
so it's a mint.
Yeah.
Right. Right. How much, like ballpark? How much was actually lost in the attack?
Oh fucking hell! I don't know that sort of thing. You'd have to ask Bernie.
Who's Bernie?
Oh, she's the woman in charge.
Oh, is she about?
I could probably go get her for you if you want.
If you wouldn't mind.
You're here to help fucking sort out this bastard that's curling around attacking everyone, yes?
We're definitely trying.
Off like a sailor.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'll she's probably in her office. So she gets she whistles and a couple of the other workers come along and like help hold the gates. And you see that these gates are extremely heavy. And help hold them through, and the party's led through. Follow me. She's and you're led through to it's the back. You see there's again like Diligence's factory. There's a half dozen larger burners in here. But they aren't as deep, and they're a lot flatter to kind of rapidly melt rather than slowly over time.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to have any like specific. They don't seem to have any like specific maneuvering. But it's like in Diligence's factory there was like a crane system set up, to move the basically the pots around. Whereas this one, it all seems to be stationary. But there's like heavy machinery set up to open different flues from the burners itself to like flow off the slag and then flow off the valuable material. Not bigtittyslags.com or whatever it was. Bustyslags.com.
Bustysluts.com.
Yeah. But yeah, they're there's bits in place, and at a glance you managed to pick this up, given that you've got some experience with smithery and things like that. And to be honest, having been able to see like the different manufacturing in different things has actually helped you with like a world of knowledge for your own blacksmithing interest. So there's been a lot of while you're a single blacksmith, it's been interesting to see blacksmithing on like a huge
like an industrial level.
Yeah, industrial level. You're led through. They have there's the work floor, and she doesn't take you through the work floor. There's actually like a metal gantry that's led up and round, and you're led into an office that's like up, that has like an overview of everything that's going on in the factory.
I can picture it perfectly
Yeah.
because a mate of mine used to work in the Sayers Bakery
Oh, nice.
off Prescott Road, and it's exactly that
Yeah.
setup.
So you're led up onto this gantry to the office, knocks on the door. Bernie, there's some people here who are dealing with they're dealing with the problem from the thing that's been attacking and eating all the
Fucking bullshit.
that. The door is answered a few moments later by a 7 foot tall half orc woman. Not as buff as one would expect from a half orc woman. Rather more of a slender build. And she has, you see, one of her tusks is actually capped with gold and like little tiny gems kind of studded in it.
Nice.
And you can't tell whether it's just capped or whether it's been replaced. And she actually seems to be more of like a smart attire, and her kind of hair's like a slightly greenish blonde colour, and is just pulled back into like one of the like a bun that's got like bits kind of like trailing down the back as well. Out of the way, but
What do they call it? A messy bun?
no, not quite, because that's just you tie your hair up and a knot in it.
Yeah.
But it's like very neat, like office professional, but it's like scooped back, but with just I don't know what hairstyles are. I keep my hair fucking short for a reason. But yeah.
Talking to the wrong person.
And you can see there's a few like hoops and studs in her pointed ears as well. She says, "Hello, I'm Bernice. You're here to help?
We hope so, yeah.
Come into my office then, please."
So this isn't the fellow we were friendly with, or the bad
Oh,
fellow, this is the other
we've never
person's
ever
factory.
met this person ever.
This is
No.
a new factory.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
the third factory which was never investigated.
Investigative work.
A half orc woman,
Mhm.
Nice.
Miss Housedown.
And she goes and I'm afraid I don't have enough chairs for all of you, but there's a couple.
That's
If you want
fine.
to take a seat. And she sits behind her desk. She says, "So, you're here to help with the problem that we've been dealing with in Bellholt?"
Well, we only arrived in town about 3 days ago, something like that.
Mhm.
We've done a lot
We've-
of nonsense in 3 days.
We've been charged by the dockmaster to investigate the disappearance, the attacks, if you will, on each factory. What's going on, and we've already spoken with Diligence.
Charming fella.
We've had dealings with Victor, and this was the last factory we hadn't really.
Well, certainly. Feel free to look around at your leisure. I will have to have someone escort you, of course.
Obviously.
Given what we deal with here. But certainly I'm happy to have you in the factory if you're dealing with the problem.
When was the last time anything was taken?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Shit.
Well, not.
Well,
We came in yesterday morning, and there were a significant chunk of materials gone.
When you say gone, was it as if someone had taken them, or?
No, it seems
What?
to be similar to what Diligence dealt with, where there was something that had hollowed out the ores that he had taken the valuable aspect of the ores and left what was worthless.
So the rocks and the all the
Yes.
stuff. Right.
Literally just sucked the veins of valuable out of it.
Just over.
You're right over.
You're both banned.
I didn't do it. Hey,
Just so we have an idea of what's going on. Do you have any suspicions about what's going on, or?
I don't even have a clue what it is that's doing this.
Well, from what we understand, it's some kind of ooze.
Well, that would explain why it's getting in and out of places so easily, I suppose.
Have you noticed anything around the factory where it might be getting in, like a drain
There
or some kind of window?
Plenty of drains for wastewater in all the factories in the city. It's pretty much a necessity. Given the amount of water that we have to, remove from the building, while tempering the metal and things like that. It's a nature of blacksmithery.
Yeah. Do you, with an escort obviously, but do you mind if you can show us what was taken or where it was taken from?
Well, I can show you certainly where the warehouse is, just at the back. But yes, I haven't kept any of the worthless materials. That's all been thrown with the rest of the slag that we dispose of.
I expected more from you back then.
I kind of giggled and looked at Matt to see.
I know.
Matt was behaving himself for once.
Chuck the slag in the bin.
Yeah, that'd be great. Do you have? I mean, obviously, the nature of the business, minting coin and trade rods and that. Do you have much dealing with the other factories besides, supplying coin?
Not especially, no. We don't really have much to do with each other in terms of, given that we all three of us produce wildly different things. I mostly have dealings with other towns and cities that have their own mining operations, then send the raw material here to be minted, and then we have it delivered back.
Okay. Do you know? I mean, do you socialise with Diligence or Victor at all?
Occasionally, but not necessarily cross paths as such. Victor seems to keep to himself a bit. He's a bit of a brainiac isn't the right word.
Know-it-all?
No, not even that. He's got his head in the clouds a bit with his own interests.
Fairly not.
Okay. All right. You're aware he's some kind of magician.
Yes. Certainly, that's one of his main interests, unfortunately. Seems to be the majority of what he spends his free time prattling on about, which is one of the reasons why I don't particularly socialise with him. It's not my cup of tea.
Tip question. If you were to lose business through these attacks, is there anyone who might gain anything from?
I suppose whoever's stolen the valuable material from the ores, but that's about it really.
Don't suppose, with the harbour shut down, how long do you think it will be before yourself and the other factories would be not out of business, but would have to halt production?
Well, myself, not particularly too much of an issue, as we mostly deal with minting for provinces within Iloth rather than overseas. There's no reason for an overseas city or town to send their gold across the sea to be minted when they could just have it done on their own continent. So we don't really have too much issue with that. It'll slow things down for a while, certainly, but it is not too much of a problem for me. If anything, I believe Victor would be the one who would be heavily disadvantaged, given that he takes special custom orders for various towns and cities, both abroad and on the continent here. If he cannot take orders from overseas, then that would have a significant impact on his income and the production of his factory, I believe.
So Victor would be the
I would
most
say
effective.
so. Diligence as well, but less. Diligence actually, I believe that he has a good amount of contacts overseas with South Damascus. I don't deal too much with anything abroad, as I said. Given that they are rather put out by arcane users, they rely quite heavily. I believe they are quite industrious as a nation over there, and that's where Diligence would get most of his, or a good portion of his business. It's probably those two that would suffer the most.
Any other questions? Anyone? Maybe?
I'm interested to go and see the site that the disappearance has happened to.
The warehouse?
See if there's any evidence. Any potential indicator of how it got in?
I've asked. She said there's drains, there's windows, there's emergency pipe, and you name it.
Given what you know about users, they can squeeze through extremely narrow gaps, given that they are
Basically
fluid.
jelly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we go and have a little look anyway?
Some might say
Yeah.
who's through.
Some might say that, and then others might get it saying that.
I can't imagine.
Others still might get
Can't
to
imagine who.
Lidl dies. Mira dies in prison. Prison shanks.
Top myself.
I just feel bad because she's just fucking sitting in prison the whole game. And I'm like,
SpongeBob meme when he's in the cafe, just like.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help and your honesty. If
Certainly.
I say if
Like
you
to
could
own
be,
the factory.
please,
Have
that'd be
that arranged.
fantastic. Nice.
Right, well, you are then. You're then after a bit of brief talk with one of her factory workers. She has a rather stubby, even for a dwarf fellow, lead you around. He's got he's got like, rather than like having a full beard, it's like he's got the mustache beard that like is like from the mustache straight down, like the middle bit, the side bit's gone, but it's just like braided all the way down from mustache. And he's got like an absolutely stunning bright blue mohawk. Like it's slicked back for work, but it's like long, and you can see that it's like held in a ponytail. But you see that it would be if stood up properly, it would be exceptional to behold. And that would probably be where the majority of his height comes from as well. But yeah, he shows you round. He also gives you like a bit of a explanation for like what goes on and like so you see at the back the warehouse is like rigorously kept on top of. In fact, there are specific like warehouse managers because unlike the other two that have to like buy in stock to make produce to sell, Bernie has raw ores and sent to her to be smelted down into ingots, into the like I don't know what the right word, like the trade sticks. I don't know what the right word is for them because I'm just drawing a brain fart.
Trade road.
Yeah, like
rods,
yeah, just and you see that there is copper, silver, gold, and platinum. That is all kind of kept in stock, and you can see that it's all
What's
kind
no
of
electrum?
that doesn't exist in my world. Fuck electrum. Where you see that it is all kind of rigorously kept on top of, and they deal with like each burner is like specialized to one order at a time. So you see like there's a lot of communication that goes on here with like this ore's been sent from this place, it's being made into ingots, it's being made into coins, and you see they have in like the forge section they have separate the burners for like there's a separate burner for copper, there's a separate burner for silver, there's a separate burner for gold and platinum. That's all kept like so that there's no chance of cross contamination with the metals. And so it's like weighed up, put into ores, and then they have as you're like shown around, you see in the warehouse they have special like essentially like a special like mint presses for coins for set because each city has like and you'd know this like each city has like their own little stamp essentially. So even though the coins are all the same shape and it's the same amount of gold that goes into each coin, if it was
It's like the euro.
So like if it's been made for Althaven, for instance, it would have its own unique stamp on. If it was made for Highgate, again, and all of those kind of mint presses are kept under like strict lock and key, and if they are minting an order of coins, then that's the only time that the presses are brought out of where they're stored in the warehouse. So you're shown around, and like again, you're shown up and down the warehouse. It's the most well-ordered warehouse you've fucking seen. It's like everything's under lock and key. It's all under scrutiny. It's all like labelled and like stamped and all
So you say, do you say where yours come from? Like in that description.
Yeah. So like if it's say, I don't know, let's say it's £200 of gold ore that's been sent from Highgate for turning into trade rods. It's been sent to turn into that sort of thing. Yeah.
So whatever the gold is sent from becomes the currency for that.
Yeah.
particular-
Or what, depending on what the order is, it
Yeah.
might be gold ingots, it might be trade rods, anything along those lines.
Coin.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And it's got like written on the order. It has how much, when it was sent, where it was sent from, what it is to be turned into, and then you imagine like costs and things like that is upstairs in Bernie's office.
Right.
So we would know
Mm-hmm.
when the ore is the other
Mm-hmm.
where it came from.
Yes. The dwarf you're with would be able to tell you that it went for gold ore, but it just kind of helped itself to a series of different crates.
So it wasn't one specific.
No. But it didn't touch copper or silver or platinum. It went for gold.
Interesting.
Almost like it's being directed.
Yeah. But each all, it'll just eat indiscriminately, it wouldn't just select.
Nickel,
Hello.
you're our resident expert.
Hello.
What happens to the metal once an ooze is
That's
devoured?
question.
Does it just get devoured, or is it
Roll Arcana.
deposited
It's an
somewhere else?
interesting question, yeah. Especially if it, it's been given this direction.
Because I'm just thinking, if someone's sending it in specifically and targeting gold as opposed to everything else, then is it then able to take it from it?
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
12. You're not sure. You know a bit because you've heard about like the story of like when oozes were first made and then how they turned on whatever stupid wizard made them and then went off to devour everything in its path kind of thing. But you don't really know. You guess that like because you do know that oozes can reproduce on their own by consuming whatever it is that they consume and then getting to a critical mass and then dividing. Mitosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we have a little comfort break before we
Yeah,
have
we
those
can
2
do
hours
it. To be
maybe?
fair, yeah, it is
I wouldn't mind a little
8:15.
stand up and stretch.
Have a discussion, stretch your legs.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 5-10 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Take a break, Sean.
Righto, see you in a bit. Bye. turn. We've had a brief break, and we're back to fuck shit up. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Right. So, what is the plan?
New plan is.
We were just talking about
Excuse me.
whether the metal was being removed but
Yeah.
deposited somewhere else.
Yeah.
I just consumed.
You didn't know what, like, you knew that oozes, when they consume enough matter, they will split, sort of via mitosis process, to reproduce, essentially.
Right. Ideas.
None, currently.
We kill it. And if it all stops, it's it.
We're leaving the city anyway. Fucking go.
Let's go. We'll
Man,
come back in 6
time.
months from here out.
Bye. Guys, plan.
Do something. Dance for me, monkeys.
I'm literally out of ideas. Come and here to the factory. Right, we've seen what they do. We've seen, like, obviously the setup they've got. Got an idea about.
Can you try and hide away inside?
Thing is, if they got hit last night,
Then it'd be. The factory got hit. Like, whose factory is this?
This is Bane's
Bane's
factory.
factory.
Right.
This is the mint.
Yeah. No. Well, he's trying to monopolise the market. I mean, he might hit it again 2 nights in a row.
Possibly.
I mean,
Well, it's not. It wasn't last night. It was the night before last.
yeah.
They came in yesterday morning and found that it had been hit through the night.
I see.
Right.
So, like,
That's the night Vince went off.
where's the least place you'd expect it to be hit?
Mm.
Say, buddy.
Yeah,
Vince. No.
that was the night that.
But don't forget.
That was
don't
the night
forget,
that.
we thought we killed it, and then a night or two went, and then it happened
It's
again.
again. Yeah.
So it's not like every single night.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the use needs to.
Is Bernie with us, or is it
No.
just the dwarf?
Just the dwarf, unless you want to go back to see the.
No, I'll talk to the dwarf. Sorry, what's your name again?
Ignan.
Ignan.
Nice.
You say you came in yesterday morning and
Aye.
this stockpile of gold had been like chewed out of the rock.
Mhm.
Okay. When was it actually delivered?
I don't know the date myself. Ben's probably got a list of things like that. So there was a few different crates that had been picked through.
Besides the gold.
No, it was just like a few different crates of gold had been picked through. Like it just went, grabbed a bit and just moved on,
Okay.
rather than faffing around. I assume going through the whole thing, getting
So it wasn't.
just grabbed what was convenient and moved on to the next from the looks of things. It was like mostly like the top layer of such in the crate.
Right, so there was still gold.
Oh yeah. It's not
Oh,
like one
mhm.
entire crate was gone.
Right,
So-
okay.
So it wasn't.
But it was just the gold, it wasn't any other.
No, none of the other. Well, we did a thorough check after that, and it seemed that it was only the gold had been chewed upon.
Right. How? By your estimate, how much do you reckon they've been, like value-wise?
I'm not sure. You'd have to ask again. That'd be something you'd be able to ask Bernie. You know.
Fair enough.
Out of character. I have no idea. No plan.
Same.
So,
At this point in time, it's Victor up.
I'm just waiting to wander around long enough until we trip across it and You
The
can stab
MacGuffin
it
comes
with
in,
something.
yeah.
Should we just go into
Just
a
wait
house,
for-
all guns
just wait.
blazing?
Just wait
Burn
for
the
Rob
house down.
to sleep it. Rob says,
Just fucking
shall I
tap
want to
up
use
and
it
turn
for it?
Take his big fancy whiskey glasses up.
Should we just genuinely just go
You
into
notice
this
it.
house?
The
We're
front
pretty certain
side
at this point
doesn't
that
match
Yeah,
the
yeah,
inside.
yeah. And you mentioned it's if you want to do if you
what
want
have we
to
got to lose?
If you want-
One party's
Yeah.
over prison.
Right, listen, you say, what have you got to lose?
You
But
know
you
that
always
the
say,
way-
what have you got to
the
lose,
one
Nigel? And then one of us
origin
ends up in prison.
the way
So,
things start
no.
going missing, you were told this the first time you spoke to the guards.
what's what?
A sort of a general origin point.
which Victor's
Oh. Was on the outskirts of the city and moved further in towards the docks.
So we're reaching the outskirts of the city.
It's the only place we haven't looked yet.
So, we haven't had this discussion yet in character,
Or
but when we did,
Oh boy,
It
will
would-
we have it!
it would be unwise to go up down this
like
far
employers.
It would be
without
unwise.
our barbarian.
No,
Joe-
I'm sure you guys can deal with whatever I've got planned here.
No, not for Joe,
No, no, go for it.
you can take the minimum out of my shift tomorrow. I pay for me. I mean, in theory, you could make me pay for me, right?
Yeah,
They could pay for Mira.
But-
but she can't because Falchian's got the money.
Oh no, I've got 500 golden funds on my person. Which is probably
Which
been
is-
seized by the guards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's definitely seized by the guards.
So, maybe we should go ask those questions a bit. The one-on-one.
See the gears in Falchian's head. It's like, should I? No.
No. We don't pay for things here.
Fats, do you want to ask Ben some questions?
In all honesty,
I just want to kill Victor.
Let's go full
I don't know
Go full Idaho.
if there's much more we can learn from here. Yeah, we'll ask her on the way out.
Tea.
Okay. Fats wants to ask Ben some questions on.
Okay, easy enough to do. She's still up in her office.
Just very quickly. The gold crates that were taken from.
Yes.
I understand they were from different regions.
Yes, it seemed to have just picked what it could was what was in immediate reach and gone on to the next from the looks of things.
Were they all delivered on the same day or within like?
No, they weren't. They had a few days of space between them, I suppose. Just waiting on the
processing?
opportunity. Yes, pretty much.
No, I was just wondering in case maybe someone knew that you were getting deliveries of metals and it was targeted. But if they arrived like
Well, I'm the one who deals with scheduling, and I tell the workers on the day when things are being delivered and when to expect a delivery. Give the warehouse staff some heads up to make sure that things are moving smoothly.
okay. Well, thank you for all your help.
Certainly. If there's any other questions that you have for me, please do let me know.
I will absolutely.
Maybe we should go back to the guards and say they're planning to make any moves based on the information we told them. I know it's not been very long for them to plan anything, but I can't think of what else we can do.
Well, have you informed us, Lyle, about that thing you suddenly remembered?
The divine inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're up quiet. Come up with something.
Come on, Bar.
Do something, dwarf.
Alright. Give me an hour, and he starts taking out metal from his new bag of holding. Right in the middle of the factory floor.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm playing him very in character.
Is he minting his own coin or what?
No, this is iron that he's working with at the moment. But you can see that he is beginning to do that hour-long ritual that he has done before to reshape metal and things like that.
What do you do?
Well, you told me to do something.
Something useful.
You didn't specify that.
What are you making?
I was going to make a trident.
Yes. Yes. Sean approves. Sean approves.
Right, we'll leave you here for an hour. Right?
Sean 100%
We're going to be
approves.
whopping up party, man.
I'm so in character right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go to where this all starts. Look around.
Sounds like a plan. Are we gonna?
You're at it.
I'm fine. Oh dear.
Robin's been sat there for 2 seconds. Fucking bunch of bats.
Past 3 weeks, don't
Yeah.
punch a fucking bell in.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't think you'd get through this session either, to be quite honest.
Hey, we almost never did. We got an hour.
To be fair, it wasn't very well signposted.
What?
It was. You were specifically told by a guard.
What was
When?
This
the
is where it started. It
4
moved
weeks ago.
inwards and now yeah.
Slept since then.
Yeah, I am. Anyway.
What was the
Yeah, I think you were all sidetracked by
Apparently,
breaking into
3
a
months
factory.
ago when we
I forgot
started
about
this,
it.
a guard told us where it all began.
Let's be honest.
And no
Give
one
us the
listened.
option. Origin point.
Don't remember that.
Factory heist.
Heist every time. And to be honest, I didn't even consider that factory heist was an option. You guys made that option yourselves.
Sean is struggling with the internet at the moment, so.
Me too.
So play bar for a bit while you. So keep doing what you're doing with bar until he fixes it.
Hell yeah.
Still,
I'll upload the VOD tonight. You can catch up and just see how in character I am.
still think if we go and investigate, so we should really go all
You know, just before we go to the kidnapping and murder.
At least investigate first and
And then, if all else fails, kidnapping and murder.
greatest thrills in life.
What are you saying? We need to get Mira.
I'd highly recommend.
Now, we can't force you, but the one with most of the hit points of the party.
If anything goes that way. Unless you want to do all the way back.
No, come on, let's get it out
With
there.
your new suit.
That got
Classic fortune.
where you said. Yeah.
Right, head back to the guardhouse.
Okay. The same guard that greeted you this morning is there. Again, still. Hello again. Everything all right?
Yes, my friend Mira.
Yes.
How much was her
Nail.
bail again?
500 gold.
Technically split
walks
it
out.
2 days, so
250.
yeah. So we say 450?
No.
No.
Too rich for my blood walks out.
500 gold. Well, I'm sure
Should we just fucking
you
You can if
you
you
can
want
see you
to.
later.
Probably already did.
Yeah. You can go
I'm
and
going to Granny's as well.
yeah, you go to Granny's. We'll sort this. We'll give you a ring.
Yeah, lay over there.
Fuck the end of world catastrophe. We'll get to Grant. They're gonna live the rest.
Just have
Have a
pie
pint
until
and
the
wait
end
for the-
times come.
Have a pie to make
To
the whole list
Granny's
to
for
blow
a
over.
brew.
If I'm guessing you have Mira's belongings
We do.
in custody. If you look through their belongings, you'll find enough to cover the bail.
I'm afraid we're not allowed to go through prisoners' belongings.
Ah, well, in that case, if you release Mira, she can give it to you yourself.
The bail would need to be paid first before releasing her.
May I speak to Mira?
You may.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I
I
did.
got a score 2 Mira's self.
Mira,
Scraping the amount of days I've been on the wall.
There's a lot more scrapes.
10 there right now.
You've been there from
I
a
think
while ago.
you've overdone it there. You've only been here 2.
It feels like a bullet here.
She can't see how many
This is how many
scratches
annoying
you
conversations she's had to have.
500 to get you on.
We've discussed this.
We have an idea
Which is...
of where to look next.
Falchion, I am on edge right now. Do you not fucking...
Apparently,
play me around.
apparently, Lael just remembered that one of the guards told us where this all began, and we're going to go and check it out. But quite honestly, we're a bit underpowered now that Bram's gone.
No, don't, we need me. We've lost Braps, we need.
We need to meet Shields.
It's someone else.
So, I'm going to pay the 500.
Okay.
You're going to pay me back.
Installments of 1 gold a month.
That just means she'll be around forever. Hooray!
50 gold per month.
How about you take
I like that months don't even exist.
an additional 1% of my earnings from Lady Dealer from that contract we get every month?
Well, technically all that comes to me anyway, and you get a severance.
And you get 1%, that's severance.
5%.
Free.
Deal.
I expect to see a contract written up for next
Oh,
session,
yeah.
guys.
That's everything.
I go to the front desk and I pay the 500 to get Mira.
Okay, Mira is released subsequently. You get your belongings all returned to you. You go to Victor's house.
You have a new trident.
Let's I want to just go break into his house, all those overpowering.
Lael,
beat
did
the
this
shit
guard
out of you.
tell you exactly where?
Yes, he did. It was
I told you the exact area.
Lead the
So-
way.
Exact area.
I
Well,
lead the
these
way.
are-
You're our expert here. Lead the way.
I lead the way.
Speaking to the guard, you do get the general beginning of where, because originally they thought that there was thieveries taking place. So you get
Thievery.
until a pattern began to emerge, and you get the presumed beginning of this pattern. Heading up north and northeast of the town, you head more towards it's more towards the one of the entrances near the main road. The main road sort of dips into the city and cuts through, like, not the city proper, but like the more like expanded city, like where the slums are, where like there's a lot of general goods stores and like travel supplies and things like that. Those type of stores. You make your way further in, and you find that there are like a few kind of. It was originally at first like the general goods stores that got attacked, and it was the tools. It was the basic kind of metal implements that they would sell. Like there's been like one report of all of the pythons in a climbing set that had been consumed. Yeah, yeah, that sort of thing. Just any random metal bits had been consumed, and it was only as it got further into the city that it kind of refined its tastes, so to speak, and then eventually started going for the more valuable ores. You do have like a few names of like the shops that are that have been supposedly hit by this thing. Again, thought that it was thievery, and later it was connected to this continued pattern of consummation, whatever it is. You find one of the shops is Madame Ortho's Oddities, and one that Mira might enjoy. Another one that are the most kind of like northeast, like some of the first ones to report this, is another shop called All the Rage. All the Rage.
Approved.
Barbarian apparel. So,
Right.
These are the first places to be.
Ahead.
These
Okay.
these are the most northeastern along the kind of trail, and then some of the areas to have reported.
Ahead.
Yeah.
well,
Very nice.
let's ask around. So we head into Overage.
Let's go.
So heading into All the Rage, it's a fairly small shop.
I open the door, but the bell's gone.
Nah,
Sometimes
wait.
on the floor.
No, it didn't.
Should bite out of it.
Weirdly enough, not a slime bite. It's just a straight up person bite. Nah. You push open the door and immediately find it kind of like pushing up against something. You hear like the clank of wood as you see hanging from the ceiling are dozens and dozens of battle axes hanging like from the ceiling. So like the handle of them is like hanging down, and it pushes into some of like the closest, and the axes just kind of clank against each other. The shop floor itself seems to be
Like the world's most heavy metal wind channel.
Is it?
well.
Yeah.
The shop floor itself seems to consist of shelves of clothing that is all some sort of like essentially what you'd find in a medieval mosh pit.
Nice.
There's like canvas pants that have like straps and chains and things like that, and all that sort of thing. And it seems to be some sort of like odd mashup of axes and clothes that kind of semi-constitutes as armour, but would be able for a barbarian to wear without incurring penalty, or a monk, I suppose. But yeah, but looks like, again, functionally like what you'd see in a medieval mosh pit.
Okay.
Very interesting design.
This is definitely your market.
Not as elegant as I like, but it'll do.
Heading further in, you hear a quiet sound kind of catch your ear, probably like Mira and Falchion last out of the group noticing this, but definitely Lael, you'd pick up on it more or less as soon as like the clattering from the ceiling chimes stopped. And you hear this quite kind of
Someone's asleep.
What?
Someone's asleep in
Where? Yeah. Where?
Where? Yeah.
the shop.
Yeah, well done. Where in the shop? Did he have like super hearing or something?
Well, not deaf. So
heading towards the back of the room in the direction of the quiet snoring. You see, tucked behind the counter, kind of like sat in a crate with like a newspaper over the head, like just like full, like arms kind of up on the sides, legs dangling off the back. Looks to be like either a tall dwarf or a short human man. As you can see, like the beard is kind of poking, like trailing out from underneath the newspaper, like wiry black, almost like a wire wool. Kind of coarse density to the beard.
Oh.
And clearly wearing the same sort of apparel as is sold in the shop. Just kind of snoring away underneath the newspaper.
Shall we wake him? Kick the crate.
Hey, what? There's like a flailing of limbs as the newspaper is kind of flung off the head, and kind of like goes to pull, is wedged, like has to do like the little kind of like wiggle to like and there's like a slam as the crate kind of tips, like fuck, as the person in question just kind of like tumbles out and pushes him. Why'd you go and wake a fella up when he's sleeping?
Hello?
Morning.
Is it?
I don't know.
Why'd you wake me up so early then?
It's gone noon.
Why'd you wake me up so early then?
We're hoping you can help. We're looking for some information.
Well, shit, what you want information for?
You're probably aware there's been a series of attacks on the city, metal objects go missing.
Something about that, yeah.
Have you seen or heard anything in this area?
Well, my shop was ransacked. Well, not quite ransacked. Got plenty of stuff in still, but a few of our things went missing. Right, shitty bastard. Stole the blades right off the handles, it did.
Shitty bastard.
Okay.
What sort of a thief does that?
But they didn't take the actual axes, just the metal.
Aye. It's a weird one, isn't it?
It is.
What sort of
when
a
was
thief
this?
is Vicky?
When was this?
A week or so ago, I think. I don't know, I've slept since then.
It could have been two.
Clearly.
And nothing's gone missing since?
No. Nothing that I've noticed.
Right. Okay.
That's all.
Definitely in the right area.
Yeah.
Right, well, thank you for your help.
Sure.
Right.
If you find my axe heads, bring them back.
If we find them, we will.
If. Big if.
We go next door to... Oh god,
Okay.
just before we go.
It's like you was going to just before. Are there any magic uses around here?
I think there's a couple. So like a few little things here and there.
Could you point us in the direction?
I think probably the closest would be Madame Arthur. She's a right creepy old bat.
Jeez, yeah.
That's where I was going to
Yeah.
head.
Thank you.
No worries.
Right, we head outside and go to... Is it Madame Orgo?
Madame Ortho.
Although,
Yeah, we
give it a visit.
head straight in.
This shop is certainly a bit bigger and grander in comparison. Not grand as in some of the shops that you've been to and seen, but certainly in comparison to like the shops on the edge of the slums where people are heading in. It's definitely more eye-catching than a lot of them, and it has like proudly displayed on like a wooden sign that is kind of hammered a bit slipshoddily into the top of the above the door in like a peeling gold paint. Madame Ortho's oddities in this like fancy case of script that probably when it was new looked lovely, but now just looks like a bit tatty.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, there's like again like there's like draping silks in the windows that have faded and kind of like lost the luster, kind of like bit cobwebby and dusty, kind of, you know, like this when it was new, this shop was probably like, whoa, look at this shop all the way out here, and now it's been like 50 years. That sort of vibe to the shop.
No, it's
Yeah.
look at this shop all the way.
The
Yeah,
best
it's
days are behind it.
Yeah, it's Madame Lotho.
Lead the way.
Here we go.
Inside the shop is tightly packed with shelves that have all kinds of things. Like if you've ever been to like, it was a Cherry Coke Fims. I have a second one here. Because I'm a heathen who always buys drinks and teas. But yeah, heading inside, the shop is like jam packed. It's like one of those tat shops that's just like absolutely rammed full.
Yeah.
And
There's not like things on shelves. It's like things on things on things
yeah,
on shelves.
yeah, like
Things
it's
on
the
the
worst
shelves.
charity
Yeah.
shop you've ever been in. It's got that kind of vibe to it. Like everything was just kind of like pushed into like an approximation of where it should go. Like there was like, again, at some point probably when it opened there was a semblance of order. There is no longer that semblance of order.
If you put it on a shelf and it doesn't fall off, it stays there.
Yeah, literally. And it seems like as more stuff has been brought in, more stuff was just piled on top. And so, like, there's probably some really good stuff in here if you have the time to kind of, like, dig through and search. But it's like, do you want to spend the time in this? And it does kind of smell like mothballs in here.
No.
So, yeah, you know, like...
So it smells Mick.
Yeah. But, like, no, Miggle smells like old man's throat.
Same.
Yeah. Or is that just a stinky
this-
cloud?
If this thing has been through this room, how would you know?
If I found anything, it deserves to have it.
Maybe this is smarter than you gave it credit for.
Can we ask anyway?
Yeah.
Heading to the back of the shop, you see this. At first, it looks like this hunched figure, kind of like sat, it like in this creaky little rocking chair that's just kind of like and like knitting away at something. You see that there's like pinkish features at a glance, and then like this big, massive purple turban with like you can see like a feather kind of like grandly sticking up from it that has also kind of like slightly yellowed and flopped with age, and the same kind of like what was once grand beautiful purple kind of robe over the shoulders is kind of like faded, and that's probably where a good portion of the mothballs are forming. But you see that this is at a glance you thought it was like a normal kind of human, but as you got closer you see it is a Sphinx tabaxi with
Nice.
kind of wrinkly pinkish skin, and you see perched on the nose, like the bald cats. Like wrinkly pink skin that's just kind of like sagged with age, and you see like a thick pair of like horn-rimmed glasses perched on the top, with like the beads jingling as she kind of like gently rocks back and forth doing her knitting, like focused on the stitches.
I know we make fun of this place smelling like old man scrotum, but
She looks like one.
Heard.
Niggle, long lost relative.
Grandma?
She looks over as like hadn't noticed you approaching the counter it seems. But as you knock, like one of like the big batty kind of ears lifts up at you. Oh, hello, welcome to Madame Ortho's Oddities. What can I get for you? She
First,
just like folds the knitting up and sets it to the side.
great.
I'm assuming you're Madame Ortho.
I am indeed Madame Ortho. She gives like she like pushes herself up from the rocking chair, kind of like you could probably hear like the bones creaking as she stands. It's not the chair. And she gives like a bow.
Just wait to get up
Yeah.
and fuck.
Turban's
Yeah.
about to fall.
Yeah, it probably does slide a little bit up, like either that or it's like just the wrinkly skin just like allows the weight of the turban to flop
Oh.
forwards a little bit. Yeah, it's just when she slides back into place. Now, how may I help you?
Well, we're just looking for some information. Have you noticed any creatures around eating metal? Has anything gone missing from the shop?
Is this yes? Is this what was stealing stolen things from me? I'd say it was 11 days ago now. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds similar.
Wonderful. Have you found the culprit? Will you be able to recover my items?
Probably not.
That's
Unfortunately.
unfortunate. We'll have to update my logbooks then.
Yeah. From what we understand, the creature
Yeah.
was some type of ooze,
Ooh.
and it, and it eats metal.
Oh.
We
Well,
think.
I'm glad it hasn't touched any of my fur coats then.
I just imagine this skinless cat in a cat onesie with the ears and the tail.
You've got a whole cup for areas to poke through.
So when did you say this was? About 11 days ago.
Yes.
Right. And
I made a report to the city guard, and they don't seem too interested in following up with it. I checked in, and they found nothing, it seems. So
That's why we're here.
wonderful. Thank you so much for your help.
what type of things went missing?
Oh, well, I had a wonderfully atomically correct skeleton made out of metal. It was quite a collector's piece, and I named him Jerome. And he would model some of the things that I knitted. Of course, when I came in the next morning, I found all the knitted things that Jerome was wearing on the floor, and Jerome gone. Outrageous, really.
Yeah, terrible.
Sorry about Jerome.
Does that constitute as a missing persons report?
Do you-
Well, he was never really real. Just named him that for a bit of company, you understand.
This one's great.
Okay.
Needs direction on everything else.
We're definitely in the right area.
Yeah.
This is the most kind of back in time
Yeah, this is
incident.
yeah.
Okay. We've just been speaking to a gentleman across the road in All the Rage.
Oh, yes, I know that young man.
He says he's also had an incident.
Oh,
Where
yes,
a
the
lot of
boss
metal-
upon the street that there was a lot of things going missing.
Did
I
they all?
didn't realise that
Sorry.
it was being eaten by something going after metal things. I just thought that they liked Jerome and took him.
Did all these attacks happen on the same day, or did they happen over a certain
No, I believe they've been continuing. I've, keeping my ear to the ground on such a thing in hopes of returning Jerome to his stand. But no such luck, it seems, especially if he's been eaten.
You broke that.
Between you and All the Rage, who was attacked first?
Oh, I believe it was probably the same night, but I don't think that he's too aware of his situation. You know,
Yeah, he
seems
sleeps
a bit.
a lot.
He seems a bit lackadaisy.
He was sleeping when we were speaking to him.
Yeah.
Yes, that does make sense.
Okay.
He stays up very late playing all this loud music. It's rather annoying.
And you say there's other people in the street who've experienced similar things.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, not necessarily in the street, but heading further into the city, certainly.
Yeah.
I know. Oh,
Been there.
my
sounds
good,
about right.
my good friend's granddaughter Tabitha. Her shop was recently attacked as well as say 7 days ago, perhaps. And there's a lot of her tools that she sells. She has a general store, you see. A lot of her tools were taken. Just the metal part, and not the handles. It's rather strange. She thought that's something, you know, rather. She thought that someone had been playing a joke on her at first. But no, it's a similar sort of thing. These incidents have been like a lot of little things that no one's particularly too bothered to care about, I suppose, with us on the outskirts like that. Who cares about the head of half a dozen missing hammers, you know? And especially not for us in the slums of the city. But when those big factory owners were attacked, I'm sure they cared about that.
Well,
Very annoying, isn't it?
that's kind of how we got involved.
Yes, that sounds
But
completely correct.
as I say, we're here now.
Indeed, I'm very glad you are. You seem like lovely young folk.
Out of interest, was it Arcane?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you happen to know anyone in the area who is?
In the deals with the arcane arts.
Oh, well, I do to some degree. What sort of things are you interested in?
Well,
Conjuration or anything else.
yeah. As we understand, this creature, this ooze, they're not naturally occurring.
Well, I believe they can be if they eat enough of their own materials, but no, originally, yes, they were created by wizards. That is quite correct. You know your stuff.
You seem to know a little bit about them. Just out of interest, when an ooze eats something, like dissolves whatever it is they're eating, can it then reconstitute the thing somewhere else, or is it just dissolved?
I believe it's just dissolved. It's no different than you eating food for breakfast. You can't really reconstitute that.
So it's not appearing somewhere else.
No. Okay. There goes that theory.
I mean, he'd still benefit from doing it regardless of who he gets the
Yeah, I
materials
mean,
or
he'd obviously get the benefit of additional business, but not the gold itself.
not.
Okay.
Is there anyone you know who might have been messing around creating animals?
Well, you need to be rather powerful to do something along those lines. It's far beyond my capabilities, and well, this is one of the reasons why oozes aren't too common, is that the creation of life and things like that, or somewhat sentience, which is the origin of where these oozes come from, is a bit of a taboo, you see. Creating life, that's more of a natural kind of leave it to the hands of the gods, you know. Arcane means of creating life is always a bit iffy.
It's
What would you need to create life with arcane arts?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I don't know that you necessarily could create life. I know you can return it with divine means, but arcane, creating life, it's always been a bit of trouble. That's where necromancy comes from, you know, dabbling with that sort of thing. Nasty stuff, really.
Do you know if anyone in Bell might have the arcane ability to be dabbling?
Ooh, I don't know.
Or has an interest in it?
Not to my knowledge, no. So, as I said, that's extremely powerful thing to be dipping your toe into, and certainly not well looked upon.
Final question. Well, at least for me. Are there any caves around here
I
that may
imagine so.
was where they sort of live?
You did encounter a slime in the Underdark. Or, yeah, you
Oh, yeah.
encountered a slime in the Underdark,
Yeah.
ooze in the Underdark, and you saw evidence of oozes in the Underdark, because you'd seen that
The
kobold
stone-
village that had
stone
been...
village,
Yeah.
Been picked clean.
Yeah.
Caves around here which might have connected to the Underdark?
No, I imagine so. The Underdark, if you travel deep enough, you'll get there. It's not like it's a separate plane of existence. It's just dangerous and further down there. But no, there are many caves around here. Because after all, originally Belhold was a mining town, and we'd still do a lot of mining. So.
Are the mines close by?
I believe so. One of the original mines. It was a lot further away from the town itself back in those days, you know. But it's been out of usage for a good while.
Close to the outskirts?
I'd say so. I'd say it's maybe a half hour or so from here, maybe.
That'll do. Which direction is it?
Oh, if you just follow along the main road, there's a bit of the coast itself kind of dips up a bit into not quite a mountain range, but definitely more of a cliffside. And built into one of those was the original mines that we used. Obviously, you couldn't really have the docks against a cliff, so it was brought down to the town itself back in those days.
Fantastic. Oh,
Good.
thank you very much. You've been extremely helpful.
He seems lovely.
If we find your skeleton, we'll,
Oh, please do. If you do find your I would very much appreciate
we'll definitely
having
keep an
brought
eye out.
back. Thank you very much.
This is my main task now, to find you.
Jerome's the BBG.
The whole party dies, but you manage to get back with Jerome. So
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all-
the
all
only
well
thing
and
that
good.
matters. Hey, the whole party can't die. Brownlee's back home.
That's true. There's always someone to continue.
Carry on our legacy.
This is the Brown show now.
It's always been.
Yeah, that's fair.
The map.
To the mines!
To the mines.
To the mines.
Alright.
To the what?
I would like someone to roll a survival check.
Not me.
well, 3 people rolled, so
Well, I would like one to roll a survival
Someone
check.
pick someone.
Mira.
Well,
Mira.
It's a 9.
9. Okay. Okay.
Why do we pick you?
I've had 1 roll today, okay? That's...
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a good
And
reason
it
to
was a
pick.
shit roll.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What's wrong with your mixes?
Yeah. Classic Tinker moment.
Yeah.
Mira heads off, leading the way, just kind of like, without Bramley there to kind of supervise and hold him back. She just kind of uses her barbarian speed and is kind of like storming ahead. Everyone else is taking like a normal kind of walking pace. And Mira's just like, I've been in a prison cell for days. Away we go. Do. And she just goes charging off. Like, not even necessarily meaning to charge off, just naturally. She's a very fast walker. And the way she fucking goes. She's nearly... Have you got 50 movement speed yet? 40, yeah. Oh yeah, because you took levels in war.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she'll eventually will get this. Do you want
Yeah.
to use that next level or the level after?
I'm not sure. I'll
It's-
check.
Yeah,
Why is that?
anyway, it's
Because
not
of
not
levels and
important.
what?
Barbarian.
Barbarians get increased move speed, probably just so that they can run in and get at the front of the pack.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty
yeah.
much going to be it.
They've got
isn't
no
it?
defense, so just
Yeah,
go for
yeah,
it. Yeah.
You just. And yeah, so you head in, and it's actually Lyle, as you're all kind of like following along behind, you actually spot the entrance to the mines, and you realise that Mira's fucking miles ahead, and you're like, shit, we've got to go get it. And so what should have been perhaps like a half hour or so ends up taking you closer to an hour as you spot the mines and then like have to go and fetch Mira.
I can do it quickly.
You can do it fairly quickly, but it will still take you about an hour.
Fire and arrow, go ahead. Come back.
No, not waste.
Yeah, fair enough.
To the mine.
You can only do it like twice a day, can't you? 3 times.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, not very often.
Piss one, right? Piss one.
Yeah,
That's
I've,
24 hours,
I've very specifically written limits on that and you'll see when you eventually get the 3rd tier that there is again something else that has its own specific refresh specification. But I've kind of gone with it was a tree, so it likes the sun. kind of vibes with it. It doesn't really make that much difference. It's just
Into the mine.
We arrive at the mine.
you do. You see, it is kind of like at this point it's barely recognisable as a mine, which is probably why Mira ended up just kind of like racing past it as she went off ahead, and part of it just let her blow off steam because she needs to. And it's probably closer to like, let's say 3-4 p.m. at this point. But you see that there was at one point like infrastructure leading into this like cavern into the cliffside. The wood has since kind of rotted, and it's just kind of the vague remnants of what once was a mine on the outside, which is what Lael had spotted and kind of led the way back. And heading further down, you see that it still just does. It looks like the beams have like since rotted and kind of fallen in. You have to like carefully climb over bits and pieces. It smells like dusty, damp kind of earth that hasn't been touched in years and has just kind of got that kind of mildewy smell to it. Question?
Oh, wait, like, and discard tools.
Doesn't look like it now.
There's lots of sticks.
Yeah.
No, all the wood here looks to have like been part of infrastructure that has kind of fallen in, that sort of
All
thing.
the nails are gone.
That's why, yeah. Just grab the whole thing.
That too, yeah. You sneeze wrong and the rocks fall and everyone dies.
So
So who is? I'd like marching order.
Front.
Centre.
Second.
Okay.
Yeah, Lael's my eyes.
Okay, I'll keep Bar at the back with Falchion then.
that's
So
fine.
we've got Miggle in the middle. We've got the 2 ladies up front, and we've got
Sticky Mick.
and then we've got the two young chaps at the back. No, I made a mistake. Crewing this episode slightly. No, I have to drink it.
Question. Does anyone not have dark vision?
I've got my goggles.
Mm-hmm.
I also have goggles of night.
And
I can see.
hang on, let me double check, make sure I've still got the correct rune.
You should do, because I don't believe that you've changed since you leveled up.
I did change one.
I'll be spending half
No, it's fine,
my
it's
hit
still-
die to bring my arms
I've
up.
still got the shield rune, which means I still got the stone rune, which means I get 120 foot of dark vision.
I will take 2 off you,
Right, so
3 off you, and 1 off you.
What's that?
I spend half my maximum hit die to bring up my arms.
Ah.
So as you all begin to kind of like file in to like this narrow space, you see, you hear the horrible but familiar crunching of Mira bringing out her chitinous black arms. Just
Yeah.
kind of like burst through the skin
They
like
both,
something
like,
from Alien.
Crack above me.
Yeah.
Ew.
I miss these guys. I think today,
Let the girls breathe.
Yeah. I think today, because you were
Mira's
being in
got
prison for a
tits
couple
on.
days, I think today was the first day that you woke up with full hit dice.
Yeah, it was.
Because I think
Yeah.
like you always like as soon as you like you
Get them,
eat,
it goes, yeah.
they're gone.
Let the girls breathe. It sounds like you're getting your boobies out.
That's the
She
fun.
might do. This is Mira we're talking about. She's high off being free.
Still not had a drink. Very edgy right now.
She kills Miggle for sport.
Run.
Little man, round.
Do I need to attune to this prism sword, or can I just use it?
No, it is just a weapon. There is no. Typically, for anything that is like affects you as a person, kind of like affects your stats, affects like something you can do. That typically I don't make attunement. If it's something that's like a powerful, like super powerful item, like say for instance your shield, you know your bow, things like that have to be attuned. But something that is just like a weapon that changes damage type, even though it is a +2 weapon, it is not tunable because it doesn't really.
It's equipable.
Anyone can use it. Yeah.
That. Okay.
We must find
Yes,
Jerome.
fudge.
So
Right.
Yeah.
All right then.
you'll have to give me the stat line on it.
Yeah, it is just a +2 scimitar.
Yeah, plus 2 to hit, plus 2 damage, 1d6 damage. You can change it to an
See, at the moment my sword cane's +1, so it's a +8 to hit. So
Yeah.
would that be a +9 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just add an additional 1 on whatever that is.
Yeah.
Nice. And then it's 1d6. You said.
It does 1d6 damage.
Of any
It's
damage.
the same stats as a normal scimitar,
But you
Um,
can.
but
So
it's
is that 1d6 +2 because of the?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, you know whatever your damage modifier is. So what is your fighting type is dueling, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So you get +2 to damage as well, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So as a duelist, so you would add what's your strength modifier?
Strength modifier is +4.
+4. So you would add +8 to whatever your d6 roll was.
That makes sense because at the moment I'm 1d8 +7.
There you go.
So you'd add the
Add 1 to
+4.
everything,
So-
basically. Yeah.
And then I can choose which.
Yeah. So
element.
and obviously you still have both of them. So if you decide that you want to use your sword cane, you can do. There is actually you can actually change your fighting style to be
Dual.
dual wielding essentially, and in which case. 2 weapon fighting allows you to add your modifier to your bonus action attack. So, you know, like when you if you make a bonus action attack with the scimitar, you will not get to add the +8 to it, it's just a straight d6 roll. Whereas if you had the 2 weapon fighting style, then you would add that +8 to your bonus action attack as well.
Okay.
Which is pretty chunky.
That is nice.
It is very nice. So,
Big boy damage.
Mira at the front
Oh,
of
there
the
we go.
pack.
Right there.
I'd like you to make a perception check.
Oh lord.
Dear
Oh
God.
Lord.
Hey, 13.
Nice.
Why do you roll
Fine,
twice? Is
Jerome.
that
I get-
disadvantage?
I get advantage.
No, she has advantage because of
perception
her
checks.
Warlock Pact.
Still roll.
Hey, 16 minus 3, that was good for me.
That's very good. For Mira.
Why are you at the front again?
Because I wanted to.
Because she's angry and she ran
She's been
ahead.
stuck in a cell for 2 days.
Yeah.
Wrong behind her.
She
It's
needs
like
the exercise.
it's like there's like you've gone to work at early in the morning and you've left your dog cooped up in the house, and then you come back late at night and the dog's like going feral. That's Mira right now. She's just bouncing off the wall. Brains and so Mira.
Take 70 days. Right.
No, not quite.
You got him?
Yep.
Nice.
That's still quite a few.
No, it's not that many.
86 points.
No.
Time to die.
No.
Out of
So,
incarceration
yeah.
into death.
As you are leading the pack, you push your way past one of the beams.
Yep.
That is kind of like fallen in, and there's like some rocks that have kind of crumbled. So you just duck under it, press forwards, and you feel your foot snag on something.
Jerome!
No, not something that like necessarily should be here. It feels like a wire.
Oh,
And
I
then
just dragged myself
you
through.
are, yeah. You didn't notice it. You
I noticed it when it's
immediately
done. Yeah.
you notice it as you hear this.
No,
and
you notice it and you go,
immediately-
God damn it!
Yeah.
Kick
Yeah.
There's gonna be
As-
rocks fall and
Everyone dies.
as
the door closes in or something.
as you kick it, and what had been hidden under like a layer of dirt ahead of you, it kind of like trips you slightly, and you go tipping forwards into a pit. You fall maybe 5-10-ish feet onto a series of spikes that have been hidden underneath, like just straight up a one-trap door that just flopped
On the
open
vehicle.
as you went forwards, and you take 10 points of piercing damage as you're impaled on some rather rusty, janky looking spikes.
Watch your
You
step.
probably
Mira,
need to
bloody
give
hell.
10
Shot.
shots.
Oh bloody hell! What did you do that for, you silly
Yeah,
bitch?
you all just hear me go what, and she just fucking vanishes from view.
Luckily, my skin
You-
is so calloused.
you just pull yourself off the spikes.
you okay, Mira?
We're all just standing there watching you.
There
No.
isn't space for you all to like squeeze past the fallen beam, so it's mainly it's Lael and Miggle that can kind of like squeeze up and see the pit that Mira's just fallen. You and Bar at the back just kind of hearing what and a thud like
Squishy
of,
foot.
of body hitting ground
Ow.
vaguely.
Do you want to help
You-
her up?
You okay, Mira?
Put my hand out. One of my back hands. Grab. Thank you.
It's not that deep, but you can pretty easily kind of like heft yourself out, and it's not that wide either. It's like a 5-foot kind of gap. It was just like
The surprise of it.
the surprise of it caught you off guard, and you just kind of went.
That's fair, yeah.
Especially with the speed that you're kind of like cutting
Flying.
quickly,
Yeah.
like
Go.
shit. Hang on.
His spike no thinking. Matcha.
Being from a city inside a mountain, you'd assume not.
Is this going to go? Okay.
Probably.
I've spoken with Bar, he says no.
Roll a medicine check.
Oh, twist them again.
Yeah.
Fine.
You assume you're fine.
Yeah, cool. I'm
You're
good.
tough.
I'm good.
Would you like a bit of healing?
You now only have 3 arms.
Falls off. Leprosy at this point.
No, you're just like, oh no, I'm just shedding.
Look, a new one comes up.
It's beefier and stronger than the last.
You still okay to lead the way?
I'm good. Keep following. Watch your step.
Time for the next one.
Think
Roll
you
for
need
traps.
Hey, I've got the most hit points. I can take half of it.
Lael, do you want to go first? At least you can
Mira
spot these
wants to
traps.
go for.
Alright.
Come on, let's go.
Your low perception in
Oh, yeah.
full of traps. Let's go.
Do you want to roll a perception then?
Yeah, I do.
I'm standing next to the bar. Let
Check
me know if you see
He's
it.
gonna take every trap like a champ and not even bother looking.
I'll keep an eye out.
That's a mod 1.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
How do you get a model?
It's a natural 1 on a 4.
Jesus, wait.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage for me.
Aww.
You should have left me in jail.
Is that a 1?
No, because if they had, then who would be the meat shield?
With nat 20.
Ah, moody.
That would be 13.
15. Nice. Okay.
Hang on, you got a 4 and you still got a 13.
Yeah,
You've
this
got
is
plus
Lyle we're
nat
talking
perception.
I got a 4 out of 1.
That's so quick. You both rolled a 4 and it's a 1. And a 13. Fucking hell.
Right. Mira, seriously,
That's
let
intense.
Lyle go first. You're going to get
Well,
yourself
too
killed.
late. So, as Mira is leading the way, heading forwards, following the main path, there's a few like smaller branching paths that kind of cut off that. This is like the main mine shaft that heads down, and there's like a few like where it's dug off to like search for ores, like branch mining in Minecraft. That sort of like. And you, Lyle, notice maybe a second too late. What looks like flickering fire ahead of you.
Oh.
You were busy kind of like keeping an eye on Mira's footwear and making sure that she doesn't like fall down another fucking pit trap again. And Mira just didn't notice it. Maybe because you've got dark vision, you just didn't necessarily notice a little source of light ahead of you.
Yeah, that's it.
And you realise a second too late that this source of light is speeding towards you.
Yep.
I would like everyone to roll a dexterity.
Everyone?
Oh.
I don't have the health points.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I rolled a nat 1!
Oh,
Yay!
I'm fine.
Is
Fine,
this a-
guys. I'm
Sorry,
fine.
is this a dex save?
You
This
can
is
be
a dexterity
careless to fuck
saving
with yourself,
throw.
but not to fuck with us.
No.
I'm fine, I've got
I'm
danger
too
sense.
squishy.
You didn't fucking see this, bitch.
What were we rolling for? Sorry, just
A
Dex
dexterity
save.
saving throw.
Hey, it's a good
Oh,
point.
that's
I'm
okay.
fine.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine.
Oh dear. They were either both really good or both really terrible.
Well, I know I'm fine.
But to be fair, you're fine either way, aren't you? Because you only take half.
Well, I'm taking off.
I know, yeah. No, you don't know what the DC is. DC's 30. Bitch.
I rolled 31. I mean, I did.
You got a 31 on the D8.
Oh, 2.
Yeah. What'd you get?
11.
More than 10.
Mm-hmm.
7 plus 4.
What'd you get?
5.
Five.
Natural 1.
Go ahead, Mick.
What you?
15.
Right. What'd you get?
75% chance.
11.
15.
5.
26.
Okay. I
Sounds
don't
like a
know.
road
I
bargain.
don't.
What did Bar get?
I think Bar has a negative dex modifier, doesn't he?
No,
I don't
It wouldn't shock me because he is a
Yeah.
stumpy dwarf with heavy armor.
I'd assume -1.
Yeah, Sean, if you're there, just let me know if you have a positive or neutral or
If
like,
not,
what's your modifier to your
like an
dexterity
electronic
saves?
saves.
If he's not there, just say flat.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, it's on the edge, so it does make a difference, which is why I'm asking. But
I don't think he said. He said he was having an internet problem.
yeah, I know. If he's not there, then it's a flat roll. Oh, which
He's gone to the dark side of it.
if I had to assume, it would either be like a flat roll or negative,
Yeah.
given it's bar.
It's bar, yeah.
So in which case, anyone who rolled a 12 or lower.
Oh.
No, it was, the DC is 13. So everyone who rolled.
Instantly vaporized.
As I
Not
laugh,
quite, but close.
hot fire ballers.
I'm fire resistant.
So what?
So bar.
Poor Miguel's gonna.
So bar.
Where's that?
I get quarter damage.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's all the sixes. Holy.
I might be dead in one shot because of your careless.
I'm leading the way. It's fine.
Holy. That's a fireball, bro. It's got a fucking 40-foot diameter.
Average 32 damage. Let's go.
It's more.
I could actually be dead.
You'll just be unconscious.
You'll be
singed.
fine.
It's singed. You're fine.
You'll lose your eyebrows.
You didn't want
What
one
is it?
You
shot.
don't die in one shot, but it's fucking close. As this bead of red light comes flying down the corridor towards you, just barely noticing it in time, as it hits right in front of Mira and encompasses the party for a total of 44 fire damage.
Oh, 22 for me.
11.
Yeah.
Mira, you barely managed to notice it in
How come you
time
get zero?
because she's a rogue with evasion.
Yeah.
So,
If you make a
succeed
save,
the
it
throw,
goes,
Yeah.
and if you succeed the deck save, you take 0 damage.
Really?
But
But
it's
it's fair.
specifically only on dexterity saves against AoEs.
What are you down
Right.
to now?
I'm on 74 HP.
After that?
Well,
How
she
are
only
you
takes
down
half
to?
damage.
Down to
Yeah.
76.
He only took 11.
I'm down to 15!
Yeah.
What
as
the
this-
fuck?
well, unfortunately, half the party is
Squishy.
fire resist. Not only that, but
I'm
half the
fire
party is
resistant and I
fire
made the save,
resistant.
so I get quarter damage.
Yeah.
Only
So
get
what
11.
was 44 was 11 for Falchion.
It was 22 for
Miggle's
me.
going home.
And
should've
gone
Bar,
with
Bar also failed the save, so he would take 22
22.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I rolled 6 sixes, a 5 and a 3.
that's impressive.
It's disgusting.
That is absolutely filthy.
Are we okay?
No!
And I like everyone
I
to roll
walk up.
initiative.
I walk up, I grab
There is
Mira.
no time for
I
that.
say,
We're rolling
you're not going
initiative.
first.
We're
Too late.
rolling initiative.
Too late. Right then.
I think we will have to leave it because it's 9:45 at the moment, but we'll roll initiative.
Look at the
for next
initiative order.
week.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for Bar? Or
Yeah,
leave it till
I'll
next
do.
week?
You know what? Actually, we'll roll next week. Actually, because then hopefully Sean will be here.
Oh,
Yeah, he will.
I got a 17.
Yeah.
What's your dex?
60.
Well, Sean got
Plus
it.
4. Plus 2,
I
you got
also
this.
got 16.
Nice.
The one time we all rolled decent initiative.
And then
We'll roll next week.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, it
sorry.
doesn't count.
Yeah, well, it's just in case, like, I was like, in case I roll shit, and then I don't want to, like, if Sean rolls shit, then that's on him. Yeah. Right, so, thank you, Internet, for
guys.
hanging out with us. Sorry for the wonky camera angle.
Tatty
It will continue.
Yeah,
We will not change it.
That's charm for the stream.
Right, so, see you later, guys.
See you in a bit, guys.
Press the button.